Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's bar and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice pilates, stream from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Anita if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back, everyone. Today we have the Resurgence of Sanity with us and Donovan Sharp. Great to see you, Donovan, again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. That I think that is probably the greatest introduction I have ever seen of a live stream. That was absolute brilliance.
Really?
That is crazy. I never.
Well, you told us we have limited time, so I'll just let's get into it. Huh?
Unbelievable. That was great.
So yeah, how have you been doing?
Been doing good. Got a lot of I've got a lot of pies in the oven, so to speak, and just doing a lot of, I've got a lot of different projects going on. That's why I haven't really been live streaming that much. I'm probably going to get back to live streaming on the regular this coming week, because things are starting to sort of calm down in terms of, getting the schedule done, time management, which is something I used to be good at. But, when you start doing other things, time management becomes even more of a premium. But other than that, I've been doing good.
Awesome.
Hey, Donovan, it was about a year ago that you were on with us on Elena's stream.
Yes.
What has changed in the world in the last year regarding men and women and where the consciousness is going?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think the event, the obvious event that has more or less sort of changed the narrative and almost changed the paradigm was the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I think that has had a profound effect, not only on the manosphere, and I'm not an overly religious guy myself, but we have a lot of people, a lot of Christians that are sort of coming out. I actually saw on Fox News the other day, I think I might have seen it in a video, where Bible sales are up, people are attending church more than ever. And I think that's a good thing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but I think that religion and Christianity, I think they are, whatever religion you are. And I'm certainly not the type of person who's like a nihilist or, hey, whatever you believe, because not all religions can be correct. Like you could be the most, you could be like, you take 3 people, you take the Buddhist out in, I don't know, India, and then you take the Southern Fried Baptist in Kentucky, then you take the Pope in Rome. all three of those people are devout in whatever their religion tells them to do or not do. They can't all be right. And so it's interesting when we say there's always three sides to a story. There's one side, the other side, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. As far as religion is concerned, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle with all of these other things. But just to go back to your original question, Sandman, I think the thing that has changed the most is what Christianity or Nick was talking about earlier. Men are starting to wake up, man. The manosphere, I believe, the red pill is really sort of starting to seep into the consciousness of the mainstream, thanks to, again, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk's death. But I think that that's been a net positive if we can see the silver lining. Guys, listen, my good friends Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, Kamala Harris actually came out and said in her book that Andrew and Myron were the reasons why, were two of the biggest reasons why she lost the election. So what Myron is planning on doing, he already bought her book. He is going to find Kamala somewhere and ask her to autograph his book. And when and if he does that, I want to be there because that is going to be absolutely fucking epic. But other than that, that's pretty cool going on. That's the way I think the world has changed. The short answer is that men are waking up.
Well, Steve, what our group has noticed, we kind of straddle. We're three Christian guys, but we're red pilled. So
Right.
more like Dow Rock type guys.
Yes, I remember Del Rock. Where is he?
Yeah, he left in 2020. I don't know where he's at, but what we've noticed is there's this resurgence of the TradCon pill of you guys are just doomers. Y'all need to get back on the plantation. We promise it'll work.
I definitely see that kind of what Nick is talking about. I've been analyzing and debunking the BS by the lawyers. They really want men to get married so that later they can get divorced, of course, you know, and then the lawyers, this is how lawyers get paid. And they're part of the system. And then I keep telling them, like, change the laws first, but nobody wants to change the laws to make it more.
Well, of course not. Well, of course not, because the divorce, the divorce is an industry now, right? Red-pilled relationships are bad for business as far as divorce lawyers are concerned. So, of course, they have no interest in changing the laws. Of course, they're going to speak out against, red pill stuff. Now, you guys might want to, at some point, you guys have got to look up a woman. She's right here in Reno. She's actually been on Dr. Phil. She's had talks with Rollo. Her name is Marilyn York. And to say that her commercials are she represents only men in divorce court, and women absolutely hate this chick. So, of course, when I found out that women hated her, I had to go and have a look at why women hate her. And now I know why women hate her. She is a men's rights divorce attorney advocate. Her commercials are the stuff of legend. They're the stuff of legend. She's actually been on Tommy Sotomayor before. I plan on reaching out to her to have her on the show at some point in time, but look her up, Marilyn York. Holy moly. She's the American version of Elena, if I say so myself, because bitches hate that girl, man. Oh my God.
They don't want to change the people, the Christians, the woke. Nobody wants to change the laws and fix anything.
No. Yeah.
All they want to do is have men just perform the way they always have. So we're going to see a huge propaganda effort to try and change the minds of men, and it's going to massively fail because men are not going to buy into that shit.
Well, yeah, and also what I noticed is with these TradCons and Trad vibes, Donovan, I wanted to bring it up to your attention too, but I'm sure we've talked about it before. This undercover public whores, how I call them, and I see definitely a lot of women posting family pictures, kids pictures on their profiles on Twitter, on Instagram, and then recently I called out one lady she's married, right, and she's posting the picture in a swimming suit.
Oh boy.
And so how, and then she's talking about morals, okay, like the audacity that this like Christian, well, maybe even not Christian, but okay, women who want to talk about the moral principles, and who behave that way. Okay, you are effectively cheating on your husband here.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And
like you tell us how men are supposed to behave, how women are supposed to behave. What's your own behavior, lady?
Yeah, I find that what I have found is that tradcon women. They're some of the biggest feminists out there, and I think one
Yep.
of them got exposed, massively exposed by Pearl when Pearl and Lauren Chen, who I don't know how she managed to fight her way out of a Russian prison somehow, but hey, Lauren Chen is back. Shout out to her. I'm glad she's not in Moscow somewhere, pulling, yard duty or whatever. But I think when she was on with Pearl, when they were both at Timcast IRL, that really sort of shone a light on the hypocrisy and the contradictions of tradcon women. And we see them all the time, right? Tommy Lauren, she's a tradcon. All these tradcon girls want to talk about how, I'm this Christian and I love my husband. Yet, just like Elena said on the very next post, they're posting bikini pictures. You're literally mimicking the behavior of the women you speak out against.
It's tradcon cosplay.
Cosplay. Yeah, it's
It
the
is.
mask. It's the mask. You guys
Hey,
did a
Remember
live-
cake tits, guys.
Yeah.
Remember cake tits.
Yes. Oops, sorry about that. Let me turn off my.
Yeah, and then there are also women who post pictures. I want to be a mother. I want to be a wife, and then they just blast the pictures of pregnancy, of kids, and I'm like, oh my god! You know what I started asking them? What's your dowry? What's your dowry, lady? Because you're so traditional. You shouldn't be opposed to the idea. And then the reaction I get from them, they either ignore that question because they realize that
You
they
got
want to win it. Yes, but the men, they seems to jump in and then they start calling men who ask for dowry male gold diggers.
Hey,
I'm like, come on, guys.
A dowry, and what these girls don't understand is a dowry, and there are many layers to a dowry, but what it is at its simplest form, it is insurance. It is an insurance payment. It's basically life insurance, right?
Yeah.
If it turns out your wife is a whore, guess what? Now the woman's family has to give you the 2 acres of land and the 3 cows or whatever that came with their dowry. Well, we're here in 2025. I'm sure there's some sort of money dowry in some way, shape, or form. But this is why the idea of dowry offends these women. It's almost as though, how can I put this? I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's almost like being married to someone and being like, hey, I'm going to take a life insurance policy out on me so that if something happens to me, then you'll get some money. And your wife or husband saying, no, you don't need to do that. You're not going to die anytime soon. Or the opposite. Hey, why are you taking out a $100,000 life insurance policy on me? All of a sudden now you want to cook. You're trying to poison me. The point is that dowry is insurance against whoredom. And women don't like that because they want to reserve the right to be whores without it affecting anybody. And unfortunately, that's the way. Fortunately, that's the way it was back in the day. The wife had in her mind, okay, now if I cheat on this dude or if I do something wrong, then my family's got to pay X amount of dollars to the husband, and now I've got the scarlet letter.
Exactly.
yeah, I just thought of something. Women men ask women, what do you bring to the table?
I am the table.
I am the table. Okay, what's a quick response to that? Okay, does your table come with a dowry?
That's pretty good.
I love it, Steve. Yes. Well, you know who brought up this dowry concept back? I had a dowry too, and so did my sister. Shah. This is Shah YouTube channel. He did a lot of videos on dowry, and I started watching them. And he was analyzing articles how society transitioned from dowry to non-dowry society, and now we replaced it with a useless college degree for women.
Yeah.
With bad indoctrination, right? So telling them, oh, you're worthy, you are enough, you don't need no man, you're perfect. And then that converts women, because by the time they graduate the college, they acquire very high body count, so they become the public whores. The mindset of a public whore. And this is what I keep saying, and a lot of people have trouble with it. She can be married, but her mindset is still a mindset of a promiscuous, entitled, delusional woman. She's still a public whore, even though she is technically married. You know?
I actually tweeted this out the other day. Just because you're married does not mean that you are a wife.
Exactly.
Just like love is not a feeling. Feelings are fleeting. No, love is an action. Okay. And so when you tell people that, especially women, when you tell them that love is an action, they want to fight you on it because they want everything to be fleeting and feelings and me, and everything, everything is going to be everything is always subject to subjectivity. But there are things in this world that are black and white. And I think the sooner we understand and realize that, I think that's good for society, the better off I think we'll all be.
Yeah, well, this is why I in my IG stories, I say, let's just call them what they are, because I'm honestly sick and tired of this BS. I'm really tired. Okay, if I see a whore, I'm going to call her a whore, and I don't care what.
Right, I don't care if there's a ring on your finger or the state
Yeah.
acknowledges that you're a wife or not. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter what the state says. It doesn't matter what your marriage license says. It doesn't matter what your wedding ring says. What are you doing? Being
Exactly.
married is not just a title. Being a wife is an action. You can't call yourself a wife and then post booty pics on IG talking about, cheeks for Christ. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
so recently I was blocked by one woman, married woman, who.
Shocker.
What did you do? What did you do, Elena?
Well, I just called her, and you know what? I was actually nice about it. I gave her 2 warnings.
Nice is relative here.
Tell me another joke.
Yes.
Nice is relative here.
Well,
What
I
is this savage out here?
I didn't say to her immediately right away, directly. I say
All
that
right.
your behavior is not a very respectable behavior of a married woman towards your husband. It was my first post to her. Well, no, she ignored it completely, and I don't care. She has a very big clout. But then the second comment I left for her, where she doubled down and she said, don't be fat, and then she posts the bikini picture of herself. I'm like, okay, lady, you crossed the line here. I'm going to, be a little pushy here. So I did tell her that exactly what we are talking about, that your marriage doesn't matter if you behave like a public whore,
Right.
And then unfortunately, most women today, even the married women, are public whores. And she blocked me. That comment
Sure she
didn't
did.
go through. Of course she did, yes.
Of course.
So,
Yeah,
Donovan,
logic. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
we have a comment in here that kind of gets to the core of all that we're talking about. It's from your channel.
Okay.
So I'll pull it up. But Panda Trucker says, I know TradCon videos are a lie. My thought is, why admonish these videos if it shows what men are looking for? I think with enough videos and conversation, we might autocorrect society. Yes, and that's why you admonish them. Because
right. That's exactly right.
the culture that you see is the culture that you accept.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
No, I agree 100%. And the reason why we critique and admonish, the TradCon videos is, number one, that's our job. We're supposed to point out the weaknesses or the flaws. You're either all in or you're not in at all.
Mhm.
Number two, TradCons, the TradCon thing, it's almost like a Trojan horse in terms of bringing feminism into your household. I mentioned Lauren Chen. Lauren Chen is a TradCon wife. You best believe she absolutely runs that relationship. She can tell everyone that my husband is the king and I'm submissive and doting and dutiful. But when it comes down to it, if you really are here's the bottom line. TradCon, if you really are a TradCon wife, we would not know who you are. The real TradCon wives, we have no idea who they are because they don't have an
Exactly.
internet presence.
Mhm.
If you are a woman who calls yourself a TradCon and you have an internet presence, that is a direct contradiction of your relationship. And so you ask these TradCon women, what if your husband told you that you should get off the internet? To a woman, they will tell you, well, then I would get off the internet, until the husband actually tells them, hey, get off the internet. Now they're being controlling, possessive, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were traditional. I thought you wanted a possessive, controlling woman. Yeah, except for when it comes time to do what you're supposed to do. TradCon women, they are, and listen, I'm not going to say that they're 100% wrong about everything, but they are walking contradictions. And I think that's why they like to block people like Elena, because she calls them out on said contradictions.
Well, and they are not that obvious, because what I also notice is men are visual creatures, right? Men love with their eyes. Women know it. And if men are not red-pilled, and most men are not, well, I'm glad to see more men start to wake up, honestly. But most men are going to be bamboozled by not the public horse, not the ones who are actively going around on OnlyFans and elsewhere, right? But like these TradCon women, these trad wives who wear more clothes, they appear to be more feminine, right?
That's the Trojan horse effect.
Appear to be more submissive, but like men are, and then they say, Donovan, they say some points that resonate with men that men want to hear. They even repeat, they might repeat some red pill talking points. This is what I was saying as a warning to the red pill guys, because like, look, guys, like you are technically the best out there. Like the red pill guys are the most masculine guys. They're the most rational guys. They're the desired target audience for women. You know, so they go first after TradCons, after the TradCon men who are not red pilled, right? Who are not aware of female nature. And then, but their goal is the red pill guys. So like they will repeat some red pill talking points, you know, they will get in the door. And then if the red pill guys are like, oh, you know what? Like just like,
wow, boy,
you know what? She agrees with us. Okay, let's clap to her. Let's embrace her. Let's love her.
She's a quality woman. Let's wife her up.
You know what, Donovan? These women know exactly what they are doing. They are doing it for attention. They're just upgrading their target audience. And I think that Phoenix Light Games previously mentioned it, and I 100% agree with that. Women do a lot of things for attention, and then you watch their behavior.
Okay,
like,
so let's watch some videos.
Yeah.
And start analyzing them.
Okay.
Oh, we're reacting videos. All right, let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to share with you some videos from the lawyers. Okay, this is what the lawyers tell men. If I can, share screen. Okay, it's basically my internet folder here. We call it fertilizer, right, Steve? You call it fertilizer?
You call it your bullshit folder.
Well, yes, I was trying not to use that word.
Yes, you gotta keep it clean for YouTube. We got to keep it clean for YouTube.
I know, right? Well, I don't know if Donovan, you care, because we don't. We use bullshit all the time.
That's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
it's fine. Okay. I was trying to be nice here. Okay. Well, let's see here the matchmaker first. We will start with her because I watched her video, and then we'll move towards the lawyers here. And here is a popular simp that I love. Yes, I just love calling him. You know, that quality of women that watch his content, like they are all public whores. They all attack me. They dislike me there because I actually follow him, and he does give me hearts for my comments. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to actually try and
I swear he just does
more.
bullshit just to get clicks and engagement.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he does it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that going around these days.
Well, okay, let's watch this lady who gives women the advice. And here, okay, I'll let you watch it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Ladies, this is something high quality men will pick up on in 5 seconds. Now, any man can sense the difference between a woman who shows up with the please pick me energy versus the woman that says, I have standards and self-worth energy. But the difference is a high value man recognizes something specific, whereas a low value man who sees one of those two qualities is going to gravitate to the woman who has the please pick me energy, and he's going to exploit it. There is a fine line, ladies, between those two things, and you don't want to be at one end and you don't want to be at the other. Knowing your worth is not about broadcasting it in a way that feels desperate or feels like you're too good and untouchable. Neither of those are good. And I've seen this over and over in my matchmaking business over the years. The women who attract high value men, these men that every woman really wants, these are the women that know their self-worth, but do not walk in with this intimidating, I'm above it all energy. No, these are women who are kind, warm, easy to be with. They laugh easily. They make people feel comfortable, not intimidated. So here's a few self-reflections.
Do you want to stop? Yeah, feel free to stop. I'll stop it for you guys.
Yeah, you guys ever watch that show, So You Think You Can Dance? You ever see that before? It's basically American Idol for dancing. It was actually a really good show. Me and my first wife, we used to watch it all the time. Very entertaining. But what really defined the show, what really used to piss off the judges big time, is when someone's auditioning and they're a terrible dancer and they critique them and you're trash and you're this and that and the other, and then the dancer says, "Well, that's not what my students say." And the judges are like, "Wait a minute, you actually teach this shit?" And they're like, "Yes, we do." That's the way I feel about this particular woman. I can guarantee you, this woman is either unmarried or she is married to a walkover simp, and she's giving dating and marriage advice. She is a woman who cannot dance, who has a dance class and dance class instructors. Gentlemen, ladies, do not take relationship advice from women. If you are going to go to a matchmaker service, make sure the entire staff is male. You know what? They actually did used to have matchmaking services back then. You know what it was called? It was called arranged marriages. And I guarantee you, arranged marriages had a higher probability of success than some post-wall bimbo, quote unquote, lawyer and her matchmaking service. Holy shit, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's shall we finish here, or do you want to move on to the
She's
other
gonna
video?
agree. She still can't figure out what the fuck she's doing. Excuse my language.
No.
Like, okay, be difficult, not be difficult, but she's still saying pick me. And so these girls are still going to gravitate between one or two extremes.
Well, exactly, and this is why I selected this video, because she's not just promoting one narrative, right? She wants women to be somewhere in between, but we already know what direction women will
They can't do that.
pick. Exactly,
Well,
they will.
Her message is be a strong, independent pick me.
Yes, that's it. Be a strong, independent, submissive, doting, dutiful, independent boss babe who's also submissive, likes to cook, but don't need no man. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, okay, let's move on. I don't want to waste our time on here anymore, so we'll just.
No need to beat a dead horse face. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's watch this simp that I quote unquote love so much. Okay.
I used to think communication is key, but it turns out reciprocation is. Finding someone who has the same energy for you that you have for them. You ride for them, they ride for you. You nurture them, they nurture you. You respect them, they respect you. That's it. That's the goal. I used to think.
Okay, so this guy comes out with, I used to think communication is key. This is, you ask anybody on the street, you can be talking about anything regarding relationships, and sometimes people like to eavesdrop, and that's fine. And every person to a man or a woman, well, the key to a good relationship is communication. And I always respond with, well, you're right, but it's the nonverbal communication you're talking about. And they're always like, well, wait a minute, what? And then of course I can't go all red pill in public, because the FBI would come down, I'd be arrested and jailed or whatever. Maybe since Charlie Kirk's death, maybe that's a little less likely to happen. But here's where he messed up. He says, you want someone to have the same energy as you do. Unfortunately for this guy, and I understand where he's coming from, but this is all wrong. Your woman has to love you more than you love her. It is a sad reality, but it is also a true reality, because in this day and age, in 2025, the way women are conditioned to be in relationships, the way feminism has sort of guided the path, it is impossible for a man and a woman to have a relationship where the man loves the woman more than the woman loves a man. Yes, there are plenty of relationships.
I need to interrupt.
Relationships, and they're absolutely miserable. Yeah, go ahead.
I disagree, because the definition in a woman's mind of what love is and a man's mind are different. Women think love is a feeling. Men think love is a commitment and a sacrifice.
Okay.
So I would just change it. She needs to respect you more than you respect her.
Needs to respect you more than you respect her. Yeah, that's actually, that falls in that same line.
We're thinking in the same way.
No. Listen, you are 100% right. And guys, I want to make this clear. What Steve just said doesn't mean that you have to disrespect your woman. No. All we're saying is that her respect level for you needs to be higher than your respect level for her. That doesn't mean that your respect level for her isn't high if she earns it. Well, it's the same thing as love. If a woman knows that you love her more than she loves you in this day and age, that is a recipe for disaster. And this is exactly why 80% of divorces are filed by women.
Yeah.
Hey, Donovan.
Yes, sir.
I just had a thought on this one.
Okay.
He's saying that this is that you were talking earlier about Trojan horses and the TradCons.
Uh-huh.
This is an equalitarian Trojan horse.
Bingo. That's it. That's exactly right. And the Trojan horse is being led by a man. See, guys like that are every bit as dangerous as the female dating coaches. Because again, it is a Trojan horse. Oh, this is a man telling me that I need to seek my equal. No. She needs to like you more than you like her.
Well, exactly, and this is why he is appealing to the female target audience. It's mostly his audience, and I did call him out. He says actually in the comments after you challenge him, he says, "I want people to have the best relationship they want, and then I want to help both people." He truly believes that he's helping by this advice. He's also helping men. I'm like, then why don't you call out female bad behavior? He says, you know what he said? There was we are not going to look into all of his stupid videos, guys. You can check him later, okay?
Okay.
And I'll just show you a couple so that you get the idea. But so what he was saying in the previous video, where I really was angry at him, he said that ladies, your man must earn your trust. He basically must love you unconditionally, and you date them all, right? You don't commit. You do you. So he is telling women to be a public whore, essentially, without committing to one man, right? And then I asked him, then why don't you call out female bad behavior? Like when women cheat, women initiate most of the divorces, right? Women post their semi-naked pictures on social media. Women ruin their own families, leaving perfectly fine men. Why don't you call out that? If you're trying to help both, right? I can only see how you are guessing up the entitled, delusional women who want to hear your bullshit.
I'll tell you why he doesn't call out female bullshit. Because it's bad for business. It's bad for you.
True.
And if you don't believe me, ask me. Dude, when you call out, listen, man, this is the reason why advertisers don't call out female behavior. Because 80%, women make 80% of the buying decisions. Even in my household, Devin makes 80% of the buying decisions in my household because I'm just not trying to be bothered with all that nonsense. And so if you know that 8 out of 10 people making buying decisions are going to be women, you are going to tell them every kiss begins with K. He went to Jared. We are worth it too, et cetera, et cetera. Well, the same goes on the internet. And we all know how the algorithms are. We all know that Silicon Valley, honestly, I think it's probably even higher on the internet. I think pro male content, obviously, we all know is heavily censored. It is heavily shadow banned. And so that's why, and men have figured this out. Right. So that guy might really be red pilled, but he is afraid to be truly red pilled because, well, then nobody would know who he was on the internet. It's sad.
Yeah. And that's a great point, Donovan. I actually do follow him just so that I can pick on his stupid videos, you know? So yeah, I started following him a few years ago, and we did bring him up a few years ago with my yoga community when we just started talking about these kinds of topics. And he back then had only 40,000 followers or something like that. Now he's 100, and I don't want to lie to you guys. I'm going to check it. Okay, so
well, either way, he's got a lot more followers than he would than if he called out female behavior. I think that's
exactly. Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, so let's watch another
Just
one.
because she's always been there doesn't mean that she'll always be there. Don't take her loyalty for granted. The woman who's always had your back, who's been patient, forgiving, and understanding, she's not going to stay forever if she feels like she's being taken for granted. Loyalty doesn't mean unlimited choices. It doesn't mean that she'll keep waiting for you to show up in the way that she deserves. Even the most loving woman will walk away when she realizes that she isn't valued. Good women don't leave easily. but they will leave eventually if they feel
I know, right?
undervalued.
This is
Don't let your
you just
pride
said it.
or
You
complacency.
just said it. They will
He
leave.
said, check
eventually.
this out. He said good women don't leave easily. He's absolutely right. But here's the deal. There aren't many good women, man. The deal is this, man. Dude, it takes a lot for a man to leave. Okay. For a man to leave a woman, dude, she has to have done something bad. For a woman to leave, she just has to feel like it. Blah, 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 blah. But this is funny. I like how he tries to blend this in. The way he talks is propaganda. And propaganda is almost like a Trojan horse in that their opening statement has a kernel of truth. I forgot what his opening statement was, but something about taking something for granted. But here's the thing: who's to decide whether or not the woman is being taken for granted? It's the woman. If all the woman has to do is say, you know what, I feel like he's taking me for granted. No, just because you feel like he's taking you for granted doesn't mean that he is. Again, there's those feelings again, and feelings are subjective. So what he is teaching men to do is accept women who have a subjective opinion on whether or not they're taken for granted or not. This is bullshit advice. Nice try.
Yeah, but most of his target audience is women. So if you actually
Right.
analyze the likes and the
Yep.
comments that he gets,
Yep.
it's mostly women, guys. Okay. Well,
Yep.
let me
Okay.
just quickly.
Just because she's
There was a underlying message that I don't know if everybody caught. He's basically saying they will leave eventually,
Yes.
and it's
They will be.
your
Just
fault.
because she's always just because she's always been there doesn't mean she's always going to be there. That is absolutely true. But what he is not saying is if she has always been there and you are still the same dude who's been rock steady, quote unquote alpha, masculine, makes all the decisions. If she does leave, she ain't a good woman. How many videos have we seen where a woman says, you know what, she was, my husband was a good man. He did everything right. He was perfect, but I just wasn't happy. Those are the women who think subjectively, well, the reason I left the perfect man is because I felt like he took me for granted. Yeah, let's hear what he thought. Guys, I'm gonna dip out because I have a previous engagement that I told Elena about. I'm not gonna drop out completely. I'm gonna leave my face and everything up here. If you guys are still going by the time I get done with this, I'll jump back in. But thanks for having me, guys, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Thank you, Donovan. Thank you for your time. See you in a bit.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
And so the underlying message is, hey, if they leave, it's your fault for not being man enough or caring about her feelings enough. And probably what's going on possibly behind the scenes is this team woman or the sisterhood Uber allies. They're behind the scenes trying to sowing discontent and saying, oh yeah, girl, you can do better. Oh, there's a better man out for you. You don't need to tolerate this crap from him. You don't need to submit to him. You don't need to respect him. He's a misogynist. He's a bad man. So it continues to sow these seeds of discontent behind the scenes. And then she'll leave the man. Probably she's already jumping on another dick while she's leaving.
See, she's taking him for granted because he's doing all these things for her.
Yeah.
So he's just there, but there's no excitement there. And, he's not seeing her as a sexual creature because she tells him he shouldn't see her strictly for that. But yet she craves to be that. And so, you know what? You have to be in charge, but you can't give your power to her and always be modeling your behavior in ways to keep her happy, because that is a recipe for disaster. If a man tries to keep a woman happy, he's going to fail because he's now serving her and putting her in charge, and she loses attraction. It's kind of a paradox.
Yeah.
And so, if you listen to this, you think about it for a while. It'll take you some time to figure this out.
And also, to add to your point, Steve, all women are hoes by nature. They want to be sexually objectified. It's either they want to be sexually objectified by one man, their husband, or by everybody else on social media. And this is the problem with the TradCon women. the trad wives who are lapping and virtue signaling, and yet who are behaving like public whores. They
Well,
want to be
you know,
sexually objectified, like they are prudes or they are Madonnas for their husbands, and yet they are whores for everyone else.
you see, Christianity, modern Christianity, it's taught women, oh, you are a person of great worth. You are a subject that is deserving of love. You are not merely an object of desire or of passion. So Christianity, so she puts on this trad mask and pretends, oh yes, I am so pure. Sorry, she still desires to be objectified. Why? Because she's posting pictures of her in a bikini on a beach, or she is being a tradcon woman baking cake with a sundress on or something. She wants to be seen as an object of desire. She needs both, to be the object of desire and the subject of love. It's not an either or thing.
Yeah. Well, shall we watch another one, guys?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, they are never ending, guys. Okay, so let's watch this lady. She's a lawyer, a divorce lawyer for women, and then we'll get back to some other themes here.
If you are a mother, a daughter, or if you think you want to have children, I need you to listen to this. Some mothers teach their daughters to tolerate harm. As a divorce lawyer, I see the consequences of that every single day. Women sitting in my office confused about how they ended up in a marriage where they are disrespected, dismissed, and outright abused. A lot of women were trained for it long before they ever said I do. It starts in childhood. A mother tells her daughter, he's mean to you because he likes you. And suddenly harm and affection are linked in their mind. She grows up believing attention, even negative attention, is a form of love. Or the mother who says, be patient, men will be men. Translation, lower your expectation because bad behavior is normal. Then when her husband cheats or screams or disappears, she tells herself the same thing, men will be men. She learned early that endurance is a requirement. And then there's the one we hear all the time. Don't speak up, don't cause drama. That teaches a daughter that silence is safer than truth. By the time she's an adult, she believes her voice is the problem, not the behavior she's enduring. Many women inherit tolerance.
Stop. I don't think these women have ever been spanked by a father growing up.
I was a few times, it didn't take long. It usually doesn't.
I deserved it.
Yeah.
I fucking deserved it. Okay, look, men and children are generally spanked by good parents when they disobey. Is it harm? No. Is it hurt? Yes. This is actually, I got this from Steve here. It's his concept. You go ahead, Steve. You know where I'm going.
Okay, she keeps using the word harm. No, there's no harm here. Yes, there is hurt. In her mind, she's convoluting the two. Any type of hurt is harm. So, I always use the analogy. If you are walking with your 5-year-old child down the sidewalk, and all of a sudden the child breaks loose, runs out in the street, and a car's coming along and hits the brakes and the tires squeal and the kid is safe. What happens when you get that kid back? You say, damn, well, you're not going to use bad language. That's not unacceptable. You're going to take that kid home. Ideally, you're going to spank him and say, no, you cannot do that. You will hurt that child in discipline. What's your goal? You hurt them because you love them and you want to prevent harm, like getting hit by the car. So no, you have to follow the rules. I'm in charge here. Follow along. I will hurt you to keep you, to protect you from harm because I love you.
Yeah, well, but it's discipline, Steve. They view any discipline.
Yes, it is
discipline. Is hurt, right? Discipline hurts. And they view any kind of discipline, any kind of restraint or restrictions, boundaries as abuse. They don't like it. This is why
Exactly.
whenever something minor happens, they are not tolerating it because, well, the lawyer tells them that they have low self-worth if they do. They must divorce this
He
guy.
took the credit card away. It's financial abuse. Took the credit card away. Why did he take the credit card away? Well, maybe they need to pay their dang bills, and they need a house and a car to be able to drive and a house to live on. They need groceries. But they can't do that if she spends all the guy's dang money. But it's financial abuse.
Okay, there's another aspect here too to think about. Note how she is assuming that all men behave in the various ways that she talked about. This is also feminist programming for other women. Assume that your man is out there going to cheat. Basically assume that he's going to cause you this harm, and come talk to me the moment he does, because we can get you a divorce, right? So there is this underlying propaganda theme here of the moment that your mom says, what she's basically saying is the moment your mom says, oh, well, men are men, that your mom, she's literally saying, your mom lied to you. I, this third party woman who has a vested interest in destroying your relationship, am going to tell you the actual truth. And you need to be on the lookout for anything that even smells of something that I would classify as harm in a divorce case. And the moment you see it, drop the relationship.
Darling, that's a great point. That's a great point. So this is the third party. She's the lawyer, right? She benefits from divorcing people. Keep that in mind, ladies, also. So don't listen to the women who tell you, well, men are men, right? You are supposed to submit to him. You're supposed to help him, right? You can't do anything for the benefit of the man. Listen to the lawyer, what the lawyer tells you, and then the lawyers are telling them divorce him, because of course this is how they get paid. Divorce him the moment there is something minor that it's still worth destroying your entire marriage and your family.
There's another subtle difference here between men and women. Feminists, basically, well, all women kind of say men should respect women. In other words, all men should respect all women. Have men ever said that women should respect all men? Have men ever told women in general, you need to respect men? No, you don't. All you have to do is respect me. I don't care how you feel about other men, but if I'm married to you, or if you're my woman, you will respect me. And it's not a general statement, but women always make it this general statement about how every man should respect all women, like the feminine sisterhood. Fuck you. No.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it with Nick. They are trying to invert the God's design and the hierarchy by telling men, because women are supposed to respect the men, and the Bible says so. And when women demand that respect from men, they are getting themselves into this power position where they are in charge, they are in power, and men are their slaves.
Right. And if you don't, well, this is how it works. And if you don't, come see her and get graped by the state that will come after you with everything they have and take all that they possibly can. Cash and prizes.
Yeah. Lawyers, female lawyers are vicious guys, especially the ones who are preaching to the female audience, like this lady.
Well, that's why guys, if you're a guy, you want the female divorce lawyer. They're good at this.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Well, let's watch a couple other videos. We will stop here.
Uh
Nope,
oh.
she kicked herself off.
She clicked
She'll
the
be
button.
There she is.
Sorry, guys, I clicked
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I wanted to switch from. I'm struggling with StreamYard sometimes, guys. Sorry. Okay. Let's go back here. Awesome. Okay, let me share again. Share the screen. So do you want to do another video by another lawyer or a simp for variety? Because there are a lot. There is also female pastor here, which could be very confusing for women. And she, okay, Nick, I actually want you to watch this one. Okay, so let's see what she says here.
Ladies, here's the secret code to understanding men. Men aren't exactly inspired by the ancient arts of nagging, hinting, crying, yelling, or the silent treatment. I know, that's tragic. But if you're trying to motivate your guy, skip the emotional charades and just ask nicely, like really nicely, with love in your voice, clarity in your request, and preferably before he's halfway into a nap or a football game. Men are simple creatures. What gets them going? Rewards, and not in the treats for tricks kind of way. Think appreciation, affection, admiration, and approval. Give them those and they'll go out of their way to make you happy. Write you a song or at least take out the trash without being asked twice. Almost anything's possible when a man feels loved and respected. Just don't forget to say thank you when he finally hangs that shelf.
Okay. First off, woman pastor, abomination. Secondly, much of her advice isn't really that bad. So I'll give her that. Her advice is not that bad. There's a lot of good things that she said in there, but for our under 18 audience, please plug your ears. How about giving a blowjob every once in a while? He'll really feel appreciated.
Yeah.
Her theme is how to get what you want from a man. Here's how you should manipulate him.
It's
Not
all
the way you've
manipulation.
been doing it. Here's a better way to manipulate.
Yes, and this is what the TradCon women and the Trad wives are falling into. You know, they figure out that there are games that they can play, you know, like that these manipulations, and they can sound softer, they can say thank you, they can fake it all, guys. They can even fake their genuine desire for some time. And I think the Red Pill guys have talked about it. How women fake it, they can't fake it for forever, right? But if it gives them what they want, it's all about getting princess treatment. Guys, I brought you up a while ago. I debunked her video where she was saying that the sole male mission is to provide for the feminine and to take care of the feminine. So give up your frame, right? Give up your interests, gentlemen, because your core interest should be the woman, to please the woman. This was the indirect behind the context message that she was sending out. Of course, she didn't say it explicitly. She's not stupid, you know. And yeah, but
I like this one. This comment right here. Yeah,
don't directly nag, just do veiled nagging. Exactly. Yeah. She and look, I know it.
Now look, it's good. Guys don't want to be nagged. They want to be respected. She said the right things, but she was still, like you're saying, she was still manipulating. But why couldn't she just say, give him a blowjob? Why can't she just say, fuck your husband?
Yeah.
Because these TradCon women will do anything but that.
Or, you know, she could say it in a nice way. Be open to physical intimacy. She can say there are Christian polite ways to say the same damn thing.
Well, and the other extreme would be, and I've seen women do it, all you need to do is just touch him and have sex with him on the regular basis. And then
It
this is
helps.
how you can, well, I mean, yes, I know it helps, Nick, but my point is that they operate under the idea that men need sex to survive. And then women can always take it away. So they are in charge of sex, right? They control access to sex, and they can manipulate men by giving it to men because men have been deprived of it for such a long time. And then if men see a woman spreading her legs easily, and then this is why we talked about passport bros, right? Some men in the Western cultures travel, they find themselves the more compliant, submissive woman who is more willing to spread your legs in exchange for his resources, right? And then he gets like he gets completely bamboozled by her because okay, she can even fake that, for some time until she gets the resources from him, and then he brings her here, and then boom, she divorces him a few years later.
True.
You have to be careful there.
But you have to be careful. But are women capable of not manipulating?
Well, if they actually are in the serving mode for men, maybe okay, there should be a restraint placed upon woman, so that she doesn't, that kind of limits it, prevents her from doing it, because she will always want to do it.
The
Women
answer
are
is
always
no.
going to manipulate.
I was going to say that. The answer is no. That's why women need to be restrained. That's what.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, women need to be restrained. You don't let her run, even in terms of sex, because if you believe that you need sex from her, then she will use it against you. She will manipulate you. She will chore play you eventually, maybe not like right away and directly, but it will be like undercover nagging and like shaming and all kinds of things. Okay, if you want to have sex today, well, then do this for me.
So, are women capable of not manipulating? No.
No, they are not.
They're always going to be manipulated.
Elena she tries manipulating all the time. She's also a woman.
Well, and it doesn't work because my husband is saying no.
Okay, but
eventually, I think eventually you can kind of beat it out of your woman.
No.
Okay, whatever.
No. Been married 9 years, known her for almost 10 now. Okay, she still tries to manipulate. It is who they are. Exactly.
Yes.
E. Jones.
Yeah, E. Jones,
it is who they are. That is the whole point of Frame.
Mm-hmm.
Frame looks at the manipulation and goes, "That's cute, back in the box."
And when a woman tries to manipulate you, if you say no and you don't buy into it, guess what? She's not going to hate you. She's going to respect you.
Yeah.
More. And her supposed love for you doesn't get you any more bedroom activity. Her respect for you will actually get you more bedroom activity. So if you allow her to manipulate you, she sees you as a lesser man and has less desire for you. If you say, no, I'm not putting up with that, then she has to kind of look up to you and acknowledge your dominance and your authority. And then women always use sex to stay close to the dominant man.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it's the man's job to train them out of bad behavior. And it's interesting because we talk about, can women be held accountable a lot in the manosphere, and many men believe that no, you can't hold women accountable. I think that you can. You just have to do it right away. They have to suffer the immediate consequences of their behavior. In a way, women are not.
How
I'm not going to
hold you accountable.
How does he hold me accountable?
Exactly. So, I mean, talk about people out
Well,
there.
like
You're a woman in the
taking my
manosphere,
phone
red pill,
away.
right? Plutarch.
You know,
Plutarch.
yeah, Plutarch, tell us, how do you hold me accountable?
She loses her phone probably more than she cares to admit. That's one way. She loses access to credit cards. We had an incident yesterday that she had to lose access to a credit card.
It wasn't actually my
Okay,
fault
yeah,
even, but
No,
yeah.
it was.
I'm not accountability. It wasn't my fault.
No, that time, guys,
No,
it really
okay. So
wasn't.
here-
I wasn't the one who was trying to buy stuff. Somebody else did. I
Right,
think.
because you had overused your card and put it in some
Yes,
places it shouldn't have
okay.
been, and then later somebody comes along and tries to defraud your card. So okay, that's a long consequences have long tails, and women, you have to treat them. And we used to say this in the red pill all the time. I don't hear it as much anymore. You have to treat your women like they're children, like they stopped developing at the age of 11 or 12, because they do not connect the consequence of their credit card getting frauded out a month after they gave it to some shady dealer on the internet, right? That's my job.
Yes,
Okay.
tacticals. He gets it here. You see, it was e-fraud.
Sure, it was fraud, but it is the distant result of prior bad behavior.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
You go
like
ahead.
the thing with women,
See, they don't want accountability.
they
Even
decide-
good red pill women don't want accountability.
Okay, fine, fine. Look, I understand. I acknowledge that.
did
I
it
admit
live.
it. I admit it. I admit it. Even I don't want accountability. Okay, I'm still a woman. But look, with women, the consequences have to be immediate, because they won't connect the two dots, like my husband was saying. For example, these public whores who first go on OnlyFans, right? Get their independence there from one man so that they can whore around, and then 20 years later they expect a high quality man to bail them out, to wipe them up. They don't connect that their prior actions 20 years ago, because they didn't suffer the consequences, the direction and correction right away. 20 years from their bad actions, they're going to suffer the bad outcomes of their own choices. They usually don't. There are some women who might be able to do that, to think about the future, but I haven't met that many. Usually it requires a slightly higher intellect than average.
No, it requires slightly higher age and experience, aka post-wall.
Well, that too.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Notice how we kind of call out Elena. And she knows her nature. Okay, fine. She has those behaviors. Does that make her a bad woman? No. Does she hate her husband because he imposes some restraint on her? No. They have a good marriage. She actually respects him more. Nick and I both like Elena. She's a woman. She does these things. So what? Don't expect to find that perfect unicorn woman who you can be in an egalitarian relationship with, and she will be responsible and you will be responsible, and it will magically work out. Guys, that's a fantasy. That's a fiction. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
We got another
Honestly-
video.
Another video? Okay, let's
Yeah, we
watch.
can do another one.
Okay, which one do you want? I have a bunch, guys. Okay, here is the Passport Bro ad. Shall we briefly cover it? We actually did a separate live stream on my YouTube channel, and I think you guys also talked about it on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel about Passport Bros. I see a lot of advertisements for Passport Bros, and
Okay, let's watch it.
let's watch. Mhm.
He was a passport bro. Of course, he treats me with love. So I cook for him and treat him with respect. He's a passport bro. Of course, he works hard to make my life more comfortable. So I make his life peaceful. I'm an American woman, and of course, my husband works all day, but he still needs to do stuff around the house that I don't want to do. He was a passport bro. Of course, he
That's here. They are selling you the idea how Passport Bros is such a great idea. You should all go and do it, and you will be lucky. Yeah.
We have a resident passport, bro.
Hello. Okay, so first I want to say that video was AI generated, just so everyone knows. Now,
Well, darling, I see additional ads. I just didn't bring them up here.
no, it's fine. That video was AI generated, doesn't change the message. And the message is that women overseas are somehow different. That it's almost like they're trying to say that female nature doesn't exist overseas. Gentlemen, I have bad news. And you just saw an example of it not 3 minutes ago. Female nature is nature. It is all of them everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, if you are getting into a relationship with a woman, even a short-term relationship, and you're thinking, oh, this woman's different, you've already failed. You've already lost. Women are women. Exactly. Yeah. In the comments. Yeah. Women are women. Exactly.
What are you saying, that the trad wives still have the same nature and the born again virgins still have the same nature?
Yes, they do. Yes. Steve. Yes, Steve. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys.
There is no fixing or finding women. There is learning how to handle women.
How to restrain them, because also I did a shorter video where I referred people to watch our longer live stream. It's called Passport Bros, in case you are thinking about doing it. Please go watch it. We did go pretty deeply into that topic. And yeah, I did mention that, yeah, all women are the same everywhere. They have the same female nature. And then you take her out of that culture and bring her in here. Women are pliable. They are adaptable. So she sees what happens around her. She will see how other women in this country, in particular, treat their men. And it would be really naive on your side, I think, to believe that she will be there for you forever unless you impose some restraint on her, or she was already disciplined when she was a kid by her dad. If that doesn't happen, then
that's great, but that means maybe she's got some traits that make her better. But let me put it this way, guys, husbands, it's your duty to manage your wife. She will not manage herself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one little asterisk here for the Passport Bros. There is some culture at play here, and there is, in other cultures, they do teach their women that it is okay for a man to manage you. And this is why a woman can come to the United States and within 5 years, she's gone completely feral, right?
Yeah.
This is a culture, not a nature. And so that is why it can appear, especially early on, that she is going to be different, that she's going to be better. That was that culture. And you bring her here and she loses that culture.
She loses it. Yeah.
You know, what that means is, at the end of the day, guys, you still have to be everything that you would have had to be for an American woman too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all women need to be restrained, regardless of their culture, regardless of where they are coming from, and also it comes down to the laws that on women's side here, even if you bring her here and she has some traditional values, let's say, you bring her here, chances are she will get under the bad influence, and like that lawyer that we watched previously, who will tell you, oh, he's abusing you, come go here, we will divorce you, you will get all of this cash and prizes from him.
Well, some of the nastiest divorce stories I heard are between passport bros and the women that they import. It was what I made sure to read about that before I did the passport bro thing, because once those women get here and they learn that they can use those legal tools against the men, you also have to understand that these women are not necessarily coming from white Protestant cultures, and they don't have that culture either. And so, like, for example, Asian cultures are famous for this. They're very mercantilist. They're very thing oriented, and they like their stuff. And so if they hear that they can get a bunch of stuff from you, they'll use it.
Yeah.
So
there was somebody did a video a while ago where there was an Asian lady. She married an American guy. She popped up a few kids, and then she took his kids away from him all the way to China or wherever she was from. I don't remember. It's very, very common, guys. Yeah. So, well, let's keep rolling. We have.
And she clicked the wrong button again. I mean,
she'll be back.
There's okay here. Let's get okay.
Sorry, guys, I keep throwing myself away from. Okay, share screen again. I need to be careful, darling. Next time we do it, you can access my Instagram and pull up the videos. Okay. Well, let's watch. Yeah, apparently.
And by the way, I do have access to her Instagram. Now, the idiot simps in her DMs, they don't watch this channel because they're not red pill, but I do see all that shit.
Well, there are not that many sims actually who are reaching out. The guys who say, hi, you're so beautiful, I just don't read their messages, period. I don't even add them. But
I see them.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
I know.
Alana and pretty much all women have contempt for the simps.
Oh yes, I really.
You should, guys. Just for you guys out there, you should see how angry she gets at the simps in our private, offline chats. It is comical how angry she gets at them.
I fucking hate them, because it's like they are the ones, guys. And I just called out one simp who was on Twitter calling me a male gold digger for asking women for dowry. And I made a video about dowry, a short one, and then he just called me retarded, and I said, okay, you dude, just this is why because of the men like you, we have the abundance of promiscuous, entitled, delusional public whores. And I left it at that.
Okay, yeah, so there's a question in the chat, and it's a good one. Serious question. How come we have to accept woman nature but not have to accept male nature?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, there's different answers that we can give. Part of it is we've been told that we should not accept male nature. But the feminists have told us, I mean, the term toxic masculinity is basically don't accept male nature, right? Yeah, gynocentric social order. That's one answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other is that throughout human history, men have not accepted male nature, parts of it, because note how that when we talk about female nature, we tend to talk about the destructive aspects of it. There are destructive aspects of male nature too. But with men, we just kind of look at the man, go, you're an idiot, and the tribe will kick you out if you keep it up. So the men themselves do police male nature to some extent. That's another answer for the benefit of the tribe.
Here's a factor. Men have this failing. Goes back to Genesis 3, where the man listened to the woman. So when women say, well, you can't hold me accountable, men always have this failing that they say, oh, okay, well, I'll change, or I'll listen to you. You'll love me more for it. Okay, it's a male failing to not hold women accountable, but women always blame it on their crap on the man. And yeah, we're blind to that.
Yeah.
We used to. Sorry, the question is, but do we police female nature at the same rate? We used to. We were propagandized that female nature is
Perfect.
good and wholesome.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't used to. One man can manage one woman. And then there's a societal influence. So under patriarchy, the husband managed the wife to a good enough extent. And who were the police force enforcing patriarchy? It was the women who were managing the other women to make them behave. So one man has no responsibility to manage women in general. Nope. That's beyond your capability. You can manage one woman. And then when a large group of men each manage their one woman properly, those women will fall into that social order, and those women collectively will manage the younger women by shame and all that.
Well, and you know what, Steve? You try to shame the women. You try to call them out. They block you. They don't want to hear what you say. Like that lady who recently blocked me on Twitter for calling out, and I wasn't mean about it, guys. At first, I was very nice, you know. But when I see that a woman is not behaving, you know, like, okay, I'm going to try it one more time. And she completely ignored, she doubled down. And then, okay, if you want to be a whore, then go and be a whore. Don't preach morality here, right? Don't talk about relationships, how a woman should behave and treat her husband, because you are not, your actions don't match your words.
See, the problem is there's only one Elena. We need about 1 million of them each doing this, and then they'll make a difference in young women. If there's 1 million women out there doing this, and then 1 million women will get the next group to start behaving properly, and then you'll have 5 million, and then it'll be 10 million. And then it'll become the predominant thing, and women just go with the social expectations. They react to the environment. They will do that. Better Bachelor just had his stream yesterday, I think. He was talking about how the culture is actually changing in high school, where the men, the young boys, teenage men, are being men and not putting up with this shit. And the women are saying, oh, gee, guess I better shut the fuck up about my woke ideas, or the men are going to just not have anything to do with me. And so they're changing their behavior. It's already happening.
Yeah.
And other women are then enforcing that doctrine on their sisters, and
Yeah, but
society works.
It only works if those other women who are enforcing it are not public hosts themselves. Because if they have that same mindset, okay, I'm a public whore, I'm here undercover public whore. I call them the TradCon women and the Trad wives. They are undercover public whores because they have the same whorish mindset, right? Yeah, they don't mind trashing those OnlyFans girls, but they are doing con for TradCon sims. They are still doing the same thing that they are criticizing other women are guilty of. You know, they don't want to be called out themselves. They don't mind calling out, and now it becomes
all
really
true.
popular because you can get attention. You can get more attention from the red pill guys. You can get attention.
That's all
from
true.
TradCon
But
sims.
this study was in high school, and so you didn't have the undercover public whores. Okay, you had some more promiscuous women in there, but you weren't having OF fans. They weren't influenced by the wider career stuff. So this is like a small laboratory type. It's a controlled environment, and women changed their behavior based on the behavior and expectations of men, and then other women were, remember, women are competing for the men. They always compete.
Yeah, they
for the
always
men.
compete for
So-
the men. Yeah.
So a woman who's competing for one of those guys, she's going to start policing the other women, and it's just going to kind of all come together and work.
But it's going to take time, gentlemen.
Yeah.
A lot of it. So there's a great
like,
comment
and
here.
Sifting through those
Ahem.
women. Mhm. Sorry, Dan.
The unfortunate part is when you create a feminist gynocentric social order, boys and girls are born in this system and it becomes normal to them. That it's the normalcy that is part of the problem. And it's the normalcy that looks like we lost Nick
We
there
lost
for a
Nick.
minute.
Mhm.
He has internet troubles occasionally because he works he works on the road. But here's the thing. Even if you create an environment where these things are normal, they still go against the nature of both the men and the women. And that's why Steve is what he's talking about. That's why you're seeing it. The men have been given just a little bit of room, a little bit of breathing space to be men, and they've reordered high school already. And now
The
these women are like, oh,
propaganda
well,
is not working on the young men.
exactly. And now the young women are like, well, that guy's cute. I want him. So I'm just going to go along, and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to fight him on the woke stuff because I want the guy more than the women, they actually are quite pliable.
Mm-hmm.
And they will follow the strongest. They'll follow the strongest dude in the room.
Yeah.
And so when the dudes show up and say, yeah, we're not about that, the women are going to go, oh, okay.
Yeah, but they will still try to manipulate like we. They will still try to subvert it,
Well, okay. Here's what you're seeing. You're seeing a retrenchment. Why is the TradCon LARP coming back? Well, because that's what worked 10 years ago.
Mm.
Even 5 years ago. That's what worked. And so the women are like, well, the crazy woke blue-haired Screechy isn't working. Maybe I should go back to something else. But they still want to have all the benefits of being feminist. And that's, when Donovan was on earlier, he was talking about Lauren Chen. And yeah, she absolutely is a raging feminist. He doesn't even understand that's what she is. But Lauren Chen and Tommy Lauren are examples of that era. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they will adjust it. They will adjust a few superficial things if they know that they can get the benefits from it. without doing the major work that needs to be done if they actually
Exactly. Okay,
want to.
you want a woman to change or women to change?
Mhm.
They won't change.
They won't
They
change.
will adapt. They will pretend to change.
Mhm.
But, and so they think they're not changing, they're just pretending to change. But in the process of pretending to change, society, the Overton window has shifted. And they're actually changing, even though they don't realize it. Men don't realize it. So women will never willfully change. They
Mhm.
will willfully pretend to change in a manipulative manner. But in the process of doing that, they're actively changing, just very slowly.
Yeah. The restraint is necessary. They will change if they can't get what they want from men. They will be forced to change, but it has to come externally. Oh, looks like Nick is back. Okay. Let me add him. He's loading. Okay. Yeah, it has to be imposed on them externally. They won't come to the realization, oh my gosh, look at that. I'm self-accountable, right? I've transformed, I'm reformed. This is why I always roll my eyes on Nola and the other reformed three of us who come to Christianity, because it's like, come on, if you actually if you were authentic about it, if you were genuine about it, you would shut up, you would serve your husband, we wouldn't see you on social media, you wouldn't be here.
And yes, I and Elena are fully aware that she does get seen on social media, but there's a reason she doesn't call herself traditional.
Yeah, I don't call myself traditional, guys. Yeah.
Also, she does this under my supervision, and over half the skits and funny videos she does, I wrote them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, let's watch a few more videos here. I hope that Nick is back with us here. Oh, here he is. Darlene, can you add him, because I'm already on this
Yes, he's
screen.
on.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's watch
Gotta love
this other.
Windows.
Let's watch the other simp here, a big one this time.
Men want traditional women, but forget that traditional men paid all the bills, fixed things around the house, and never asked, what do you bring to the table? Y'all men be so quick to call a woman masculine or too independent, but don't want to help her in the areas she's been forced to survive in. You can't expect her to be soft and feminine when she's out here doing everything on her own. So stop saying women don't cook like grandma, because most of y'all men don't pay bills like granddad. Traditional women existed because traditional men led, provided, and protected without question. A woman is only soft when she feels safe. She rests in her femininity when she has a man who steps up, takes responsibility, and makes her feel secure. So if you want a traditional woman, be the man she could depend on, not another weight she has to carry.
Guys, man up. Man up. Hey, just man up. Guys, it's all your fault. They have no agency. It's all on you, man. All her flaws are not being traditional, being independent, can't cook like grandma. It's your fault. It's because you're not man enough. What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, and then he says he needs to protect and provide without question. I'm like, so give up your standards, give up your frame. Gosh, I hate these things, because this is the message that they are sending out to other men too. It's not just women. You are entitled, you deserve, right? The Prince Charming, the princess treatment and everything. It's also the message that the men receive from these guys. These guys are the enemy. They are the enemy of true masculinity.
What happened with me? I've been married twice, divorced twice. Both times, my wife didn't work. I made all the money, provided everything. I was a great provider. I was there for her. I didn't cheat. And yet, both times they used the silver bullet divorce method to extract from me and discard me. But I was that good provider. I was that nice guy. I was everything that this guy is implying a man should be. What went wrong?
Were you not alpha enough?
Okay. Yeah, you got me there.
No. It's just look, it's the female nature. Look, they can pull the plug at any time. You could be freaking Randy, as Plutarch says, Randy effing Couture. You can be the GOAT, and still, there's no guarantee. She still might leave you, and they'll still tell you, "Oh, you must have done something wrong." We're alpha enough.
Yeah.
This is actually a great comment here, because we said something earlier. Female nature is what it is. Women are women. Yeah, we have to. There's this. We have to police them. We have to contain them and restrain them. All true. The simps are a problem precisely because they won't, and they do the opposite.
Yeah.
A simp climbs into the DMs of some girl on Instagram and tells her, gasses her up, tells her all these great things. And then she looks at her husband and goes, he doesn't tell me that. Why doesn't he tell me these things? I really am this good, great goddess. Right?
This hit the target for me. And I will own this. My first marriage, I went in with an egalitarian mindset. That didn't work. Second marriage, I started out with a more dominant mindset, but, like most men, I get comfortable. And the beta-tization, and then it became more egalitarian. And damn, in both cases, when it becomes more egalitarian and the man is not asserting his dominance, okay, at my heart, in my core, I was raised to be a nice guy, raised in the evangelical church. They have this belief in the nice guy thing. And the egalitarian mindset has been around, at least on the evangelical side of Protestantism, for longer than I've been alive. And it doesn't work. Was I a simp? Well, essentially, yeah, because I was the nice guy, not the assertive, dominant guy. And it just doesn't work long term. Because I didn't manage my woman either time. When a man doesn't manage the woman, she's going to make wacky decisions, and she's going to ultimately, her independence will lead to destruction of everyone.
Well, and it's also the simps are the ones who are encouraging women to leave their husbands and destroy families. Because they are guessing these women up. Yeah, you deserve. You are perfect. He must earn your trust, right? He must take care of you. He must do all of those things that you desire. And then when a husband doesn't do something and then he imposes some discipline on her instead, which would be good for her, right? But she doesn't see it as good because a bunch of simps on social media are guessing her up. And then she's like, no, I'm still going to leave you because these guys, the priorities are all messed up. She is not on team her man. She's on team woman. She prioritizes the sisterhood and the sims, what the society tells you instead of what your husband tells you.
And there's also no hypergamy insurance. And I'm sure Plutarch was probably thinking that.
Well, there's a comment here. Every man has been a simp. I mean, I've listened to Donovan talk about his history. You know, okay, Steve was talking about his. Yes, every man has been a simp. And there's an aspect here where as men, we have to, you know, welcome in men and we have to say, yep. And you're going to learn your lesson, right? You're not going to do that again, right? And there's lots of men who will do it again. But
Well,
the interesting thing about
Yes.
simping, the interesting thing about simping is that particularly that destructive simping that they do, you know, climbing into the DMs, that's girl game.
Mm-hmm.
They are destroying they are trying to destroy a relationship because they're like, oh, I want to get that girl so that I can, and they use these backhanded manipulations. Oh yeah, I just need to, and then I will get that girl.
Mm. Yeah, they're not
Becoming a
thinking.
man is a process. It's a lifelong process. And if you're going to be a better man, and we all should want to be better men, you're going to have to look at your past behavior and say, oh, gee, guess I didn't quite measure up. I know more now. I know what I did wrong. I have to own my mistakes. I have to reflect on myself. I can't project all the reasons for my divorces on my exes. Okay, maybe they did some egregious things. Is there things that I did that led to that happening? What part of that do I have to own to not create the same thing in the future? Oh, gee, I guess I just married the wrong woman. Now I need to go out and find the right woman. I don't have to change. I just have to change my choice. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. You got to own your failures.
Yeah, and to clarify, guys, I did say previously that I hate Sims. I didn't mean that I hate the guys who are actually coming to the red pill and facing the truth and accepting the reality. I mean, like these guys that we just watched today, who might be even red pill aware, you know, but they are propagating this bullshit and they are not willing to challenge their ideas, you know. They are sticking on it and they are like, you know, you see the damage, the destruction that you cause, that like women, by following your advice, they become either the single cat ladies, you know, who know their value, they know their worth, they don't need no man, right? And then men get divorce raped in the divorce courts. Like that complete lack of like accountability for your own advice that you give to people, just to connect like the data, right? What statistics says, what actually happens in the world when people follow your advice. These are the Sims that I really, really don't like.
Well, there's simps that are playing sneaky fucker game. There's, you know, there's simps that are just, frankly, they just want to get their rocks off. You know, there are lots of contemptible simps out there.
Mm-hmm.
But a reformed simp, you know, like the guys in the chat here, these are men who should be elevated, their stories told, you know, so that other men can learn from them. Because, you know, we were talking earlier about the high school kids. Those kids are watching this stuff and they're learning and they're going, well, that didn't work for anybody. You see, that's the thing about men. Men can learn from the mistakes of other men. And so it is good for men to put their hands up and say, yeah, I was a simp. Here's what I did. Here's how it wrecked my life. So that other men can say, yep, I'm not going to do that. The more men who say, I'm not going to do that, the better.
There are men out there. This comes from the pickup artist world. There are the naturals who just know what to do and they get women. It just happens. They're a natural. And then there are the men who had to learn the skills to know how to manage women. Now, okay, I'm not promoting pickup artists. I'm just saying, okay, it's the same thing here. There are the natural alpha dominant men. And then there are the guys who've had to learn it the hard way by acknowledging what failures they had and becoming the man a better man. So when you listen to people, the naturals cannot explain what is going on because it's just how they act. They can't explain why or why it's necessary. They just do it. If you want to learn, you have to learn from a former guy who did everything wrong and got destroyed and then has learned the lessons the hard way, because then he can explain why he was wrong then, why through suffering he arrived at the truth, and why it's important. And you can evaluate these men. Is he a guy you would trust? Does he lead a good life? Okay, would you if you were in a war, would you want this guy standing next to you in the foxhole to have your back? Okay, well, you know what? He probably had some failures in the past, but all men have failures in life. And
Yeah.
the strongest men are the ones who say, yep, I was a complete fuck up, or I screwed that one up. Then I had to learn, get my shit together, and now this is who I am. So you can take it or leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't listen to the church simps.
Oh,
They will
yes.
tear your ass down. Like former pastor here speaking. Look, a lot of these pastors and elders in the church, they will tell you, oh, you just need to love, you need to sacrifice more. Yeah, you need to protect and provide. Yeah, we get that. But they actually will fast track, in many cases, your divorce. They will fast track your relationship destruction by turning you into a simp and removing your authority over your wife and household by adopting these kind of blue-pilled simp practices. So there's a few good ones out there, but on the whole, steer clear of the church marital counseling, steer clear of the elders and pastors trying to get into your relationship, especially if it's on the rocks. They're going to, a lot of times, help her leave, give her more reasons to leave. And in practice, she will resent you more because you don't have authority over your home and you've given it up, and she's actually looking to other men. You've proven that you're not a man, and that you've basically given up your manhood to the church sims.
There's some anecdotal information, because I follow a lot of things on the internet. Post-divorce, women generally go into a party phase, or they monkey branch or whatever. They generally, if they divorce from a simp, they generally look for alpha men and kind of make the rounds. And actually, a lot of divorced women participate in or gravitate towards the BDSM scene for a while. So I've heard. Now, I don't know if this is a high percentage, but it's a trend that happens. When a woman divorces a man she doesn't respect, she automatically starts looking for more dominant behavior, and she will dabble in things and explore new experiences that you think women are more pure-minded than men? Get a clue. They're not.
But Steve, didn't you see Anita's episodes? How she believes that she is so purified, and she manifested her virginity.
Yeah, okay. She can superficially believe it, but doesn't make it true.
I know. Okay, guys, let's watch a couple more videos here. Oh gosh, I'm afraid again to.
And she did it again anyway.
Okay, Plutarch, are women capable of learning
Sorry, guys.
from their mistakes?
They are
Are
so.
women capable? Well, I don't know. This one's not doing a very good job right now.
They are
Hey,
so close to each other. I'm sorry. I'm just
Okay,
confusing them.
gentlemen, this woman here does not understand the concept of closing a tab, and so what's happening is she keeps hitting the X. That's the two windows are next to each other. And she keeps hitting the
Yes,
wrong one.
I.
Okay, it's okay to close tabs. I'm just saying.
Okay, well,
Hey.
then which?
I'm back.
You're back, Donovan.
Yes.
Oh
yes, yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
It took exactly an hour to get done what I needed to get done. So yeah, let's keep going.
Great.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure that let me quickly share this guy again. You know this popular simp, right, Donovan?
Oh yeah, I've seen this dude before.
You've seen this guy. Okay, now I'm really scared of pressing the wrong button, darling. Hold on. I keep kicking myself out, Donovan, from the live stream.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I had you guys up on my iPad, and every once in a while I would look. It's only 4. I'm like, okay, where's? Oh, no, there she. Oh, no, she disappeared again.
Yeah, I'm clicking the wrong button.
She knows almost nothing about computers.
Yes, guys, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's fine.
Ali Wong signed a prenup in which the husband's income and property and everything he earned remained his. She said that motivated her for her career because at that time she had nothing and she had no career. And surprise, she got to be very famous and successful. She's getting a divorce, he's getting nothing, and she's keeping absolutely everything. He had no idea what kind of a rocket ship she was going to be. Ali Wong signed a prenup in which...
Well, okay, this is the female lawyer. She's based in Miami, I think. And
it's so funny how she's characterizing this woman getting a divorce as a W, right? He had no idea what a rocket ship she would be. And by the way, the good news is she's getting a divorce and the husband is getting absolutely nothing. Ali Wong is 43 years old. It's over. It's over. She is not going to be able to get with the kind of man she wants to get with. So bravo to Ali Wong. Bravo.
And bravo
the
to
guy's
her
lucky.
husband, because what man expects to profit from his wife's success?
Exactly.
If they
He ain't
divorce,
tripping.
fine, leave.
He ain't
I
tripping.
didn't earn any of that money. I'm not entitled to anything.
Keep it.
I'm not worried.
well,
And the interesting thing is they expected Ali Wong's, I guess, soon to be ex-husband to raise a stink and bitch and moan about the fact that he's not getting any spousal stuff. He doesn't care. You want to know why? Because he's a man. And the reason why this lawyer said, well, he had no idea that she was going to be a rocket ship. No, he didn't. But he didn't think he didn't think he was going to get anything from the divorce. No, that's what women think. If a woman gets with a man and all of a sudden he's on the rocket ship to the moon, he divorces her and she gets nothing. Now women bitch and moan. But when a woman does it to a man, well, it's good that he gets. We don't give a shit. Hey, you made your career, you did your money, you're a female comedian. Good luck with that.
Mackenzie Bezos. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. But most women become millionaires through divorce and the lottery. That's just all there is to it.
I think every female billionaire except one is they either get it through divorce or through inheritance.
Yep, there you go.
From
That's
their
exactly right.
fathers or from their husbands. Yeah.
There you go. That's all right. Ex-husbands.
Yeah. Ex-husbands, right.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there are more videos. There was another lawyer. Okay, let's check a few lawyer videos because we did talk about a few simps. And okay, I'm just trying to find how to keep your friends during divorce. Okay, let's watch this one.
How to keep your friends during and after the divorce. Make sure that you don't say bad things about your ex. If you are not trying to get your friends on your side to hate your spouse, you are more likely to keep the friends that you have. There is nothing that people hate more when one person wants them to side with them and they say all these bad things. They cut you off. If you want to keep your marital friends, make sure that you don't unload all these bad things about your soon-to-be ex. How to keep your friends during and after the divorce.
Well, and
Okay.
some of your advice is not necessarily
Look,
bad. I
look.
would say.
What are
Mhm.
friends for? Fuck that shit. If you're going through hell, and they want to kick you to the curb, fuck them. Fuck them. They're not friends.
Yeah, if a man
He-
has real friends, you know,
Yeah.
this isn't to say you got to air out, because listen, we've all seen, you know, messy divorces where
Mhm.
a lot of times and you know, couples that are married, they often make other marital friends, and then when there's a divorce, the husband or the wife or the husband and the wife, they want the friends to take sides. And I've been in that position before, and it does suck. So
Well, and also
But here's
it
what
all
happens: the woman divorcing does air her dirty laundry, and the man, in general, tries to take the high road and not
Yep.
trash her.
100%.
And people, in general, buy into the narrative. She's saying he's a bad man. He did this, that. He had these inclinations toward the children. Oh, okay. He didn't stand up for himself. He loses every fucking time because
Yep.
people buy into the narrative. So her advice is advice for women. It really
Mhm.
doesn't matter for the man. He fucking loses every time.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, if you're a man and you have the type of friends that you're supposed to have as a man, they're not going to force you to take sides anyway. Number one. Number two, they will let you vent about your impending divorce and not judge you and talk shit to other people. So I'll agree on that end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened
Yeah.
to me, I was a pastor. Guess what happened to all my friends? Without even hearing my side of the story. Oh, you did this wrong. Oh, you did that wrong. That's why she's leaving you. You're just you got too much into patriarchy. You forgot the gospel. How about fuck you? How are you my friend when I have all these false accusations? I get my ass thrown in jail for shit I didn't do when I was getting beaten. And she takes my kids 1,000 miles away. Yeah, my story is unpearled. Pastor 7 loses custody. You can check it out there.
Oh,
My
that's
best-
I've seen. Yes, I knew you sound.
Yeah.
You didn't look. You sounded familiar. Okay, now I know who you are.
Yeah. So how about these were like my best friends? And are they my best friends anymore? Hell no. Fuck you.
Mhm. Yeah. And also, what she says is normalizing the idea of divorce. Okay, you just stay quiet, you don't talk about um, your ex-husband in a bad way. Let the society to figure it out for themselves, right? And then, of course, how is society going to figure it out? They're going to side with the woman in most cases.
Yeah, that's very true. And you know, it's interesting how to keep your marital friends during a divorce. This also normalizes divorce, right?
It is exactly.
So it really is a lose-lose situation. And by the way, Nick, you swore a lot, my friend. That's very unchristlike. I couldn't keep
Yeah.
it straight. I couldn't keep it straight.
Hey.
I was going to say,
Look.
shame on you, sir. That is very unchristlike to swear.
You know what? Fuck them.
We swear a lot.
I shouldn't be doing it, but damn, you betray me like that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, like,
Hey,
We try,
men have
we try to be civilized here on your show, Don.
men have passion and conviction about things.
that's
Uh,
right.
Being a Christian is not being a Puritan and saying, "Oh, I never do anything like that." Come on, get real. Your relationship with God does not depend on that. Now, you know what?
man.
Nick may curse, but he does not take the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
do
actually
that.
I do quite a bit, so I'm casting stones from a.
Well, and then also,
It was a good discussion. Thanks for bringing it up, Donovan.
Hey, no problem. Just trying to keep the checks and balances here.
what really fascinates me is this women who say, "Oh, you are not supposed to swear as a Christian woman," and I often swear in my videos too. And then they say, "Well, they try to tone police me," I'm like, well, but at least I'm not behaving like a public whore, you know. So,
Yeah. Yeah, tone police that, biatch.
Well, okay. I swear a lot too in private and in public. So she picked that
No,
up
I
from
do.
me.
yeah, I remember before we met, I wasn't actually swearing.
Oh yeah, no, I
Oh, bad
corrupted her.
influence. Bad influence.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's watch a few more videos here.
Okie dokie.
I want to show you this Chinese or Asian lawyer. Exit tax on divorce, or who should you take marriage advice from?
Oh my god.
Oh, which one do you want to start with, Non? I'll let you decide.
Let's go with the Asian lady.
This
Go
one?
with yeah, let's go with the Asian lady. Yeah.
Asian lady, but which
There's
video?
two of them.
There are two.
the
let's go
same
with
woman.
Who you should take marriage advice from.
Okay, let's watch this one. Uh-huh.
Here's something you need to remember. Misery loves company. As a divorce lawyer, I'll tell you the loudest voices in someone's life during a marriage crisis are often the people who are miserable in their own, which is exactly why you can't take advice from someone whose life looks like they settled. The friend who tells you to stick it out no matter what, she's probably the one who stuck it out and regrets it. The relative who says all men are the same, just deal with it, she's the one who did just that and now wants you to share in her misery. The coworker who tells you marriage is supposed to be suffering, take one look at his home life and you'll see he's justifying his own bad choices. I've seen this all the time. A woman is ready to leave a toxic marriage, but her circle convinces her to stay. Not because it's what's best for her, but because it makes them feel better about staying in their own broken relationships. If she leaves, it forces them to ask questions they're not brave enough to answer. So they shame her into silence and call it wisdom. Not all advice is good advice, especially from people who have clearly settled for less than they deserve. If their life doesn't look like the one you want, why would you take their roadmap? You need to look at the source. Are they fulfilled? Are they thriving? Do they have the kind of marriage you'll actually want? If the answer is no, then their advice is not guidance, it's projection. You don't need the world's opinion on your marriage. You need clarity on your own standards, because settling is contagious. If you surround yourself with people who normalize it, you'll start convincing yourself that misery is just marriage, but it's not. So yes, misery loves company, but you don't have to RSVP. Don't take advice from people who gave up on themselves. Take advice from the version of you who refuses to. Here's some.
Steve, do you recognize RSVP, guys? Do you recognize?
Yeah, it's not the same.
She's using it.
This is
in
horse
the-
shit.
Okay.
This is absolute horseshit advice, because the underlying message is don't settle. Guys, let me let you in on a little secret. Marriage is not about happiness. Fuck your happiness. Marriage is about duty and honor. It's not because again, like we said earlier, happiness is a fleeting feeling. That's what this woman is essentially saying. If you're not happy in your marriage, it must be because you've settled. Then she says, don't listen to people who manage to stay in their relationships. She is literally advising women who are in marriages that are successful, and she's characterizing them as unsuccessful. Lady, are you in these people's marriages who are encouraging the woman to stay in her marriage? Just because a woman tells you to stick it out doesn't mean that she regrets sticking it out. What the hell kind of relationship advice is that? Oh my God. This is why dating and relationships are in the shit, man. Incredible.
Notice there's no talk about the vows. There's no talk about upholding your word, your vows. Oh, those don't mean shit, apparently.
Nope.
In
We're
reality,
working
they
on
don't.
repairing what is wrong instead of just, fucking broke, walk away, get a new one. Nope. There's no sense of, let's try and work on things. No, she's not saying that.
Nope. She's saying if you don't feel happy, if you don't feel fulfilled, if you don't feel, then you must have settled. And any woman who gives you the good and sound advice to stick it out through the bad times, well, they must be miserable and they're regretting sticking it out. Oh my God, that is absolutely crazy.
Well, and this is how you know she's a single cat lady herself who pushes this agenda on other women, because misery loves company.
Misery loves company. There it is. Dude, I'm sorry. There is not a woman over the age of 30 who is single and quote unquote dating, which means they're fucking random dudes, who isn't miserable. Like, they're all miserable. And they try to say, I'm this boss babe and my life is this. No, women are miserable because the most important time in a woman's life is who she sleeps in bed with. Okay, yeah, she might be out there getting raw dogged by Dirty Dick Rodney. She might be out at the club getting attention from guys. She might be getting Instagram DMs from this guy and that guy. But at the end of the day, man, women, the interesting thing is that the more bodies a woman acquires as a woman, the lonelier she becomes. And that is with or without somebody in bed with her. And we know that we all know that these sluts sleep by themselves more times than not. It is what it is, man.
Yeah. Well, let's watch a few more. Let me click on the right page
Oh
now.
my God, look at the comments. Facts, fire, blah, 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 blah.
I know,
bit.
all from women, all from women.
Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Okay, let's watch this one, Exit Tax on Divorce. She's the type of divorce lawyers who teaches women how to do the silver bullet divorce.
Oh, okay.
Nothing in life is free, including your freedom. And when it comes to a divorce, there is an exit tax on your freedom. Expect it. As a divorce lawyer, I remind my clients of this all the time. Leaving a marriage, leaving a toxic situation, leaving anything that once defined your life will always cost you something. The question is not whether there's a price. The question is whether the price is worth paying. People are shocked when they realize that freedom isn't free. You may lose money, you may lose time, you may lose friends, family connections, even the version of yourself you thought you were. Staying in the wrong relationship costs you more. It costs your peace, it costs your health, it costs your future. And those are losses you can never fully recover. I've seen clients fight over houses, over retirement accounts, over every dollar in the bank. And yes, those things matter. But the real cost isn't what you split. The real cost is the years wasted in misery if you don't leave.
Oh my God.
Freedom has a price tag. Misery charges interest. Here's the thing about exit tax. It feels unfair. Why should I lose money when I've already lost so much? But that's the wrong perspective. That money, that loss, that inconvenience, that's the toll you pay to cross the bridge into your next chapter. And once you're on the other side, you realize it was cheaper than the alternative. The hardest part is accepting that you won't get out without sacrifice. Too many people delay leaving because they're trying to find the perfect outcome. But that solution doesn't exist. The goal is not to avoid the cost. The goal is to decide which cost you're willing to live with. So yes, there is an exit tax on freedom, but paying it is better than bankrupting yourself emotionally, spiritually, and mentally by staying stuck. The question isn't, what will it cost me to leave? The real question is, what will it cost me if I don't? Nothing in life is free.
I will say this. This is actually very good advice for men. I'll just leave it there.
Okay. What's that around her neck? Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. Is that a cross?
No. I mean, under her shirt collar. What is that black thing?
I don't know. Somebody's dick? A microphone?
Oh, is it like a
I can't see it.
corset? It could be a corset. The black thing, you mean?
No. Okay, you'd have to be a little bit knowledgeable about it. It's a bow tie. It's an untied bow tie.
Bow tie. Okay.
It's never been tied.
Around her neck.
It's okay. Yeah. Women never, ever wear bow ties, but she is using a male bow tie as an accessory to her outfit. Is she trying to channel male energy in her advice?
And this is why her advice is actually very good for men. Listen, the advice that she gave was brilliant, except for it applies to men. But as we all know, women aren't men.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to say something very similar to that. She is giving this fantastic advice about why men should leave.
Yep. There you go. Yep. And she doesn't realize it yet. It's funny. Most of this woman's advice is, and I see somebody in the chat, it says it's basically all emotional word salad. That's what this is. Anytime you want to convince women that you are telling the truth, emotional word salad, things that are symmetrical, things that are grammatically and grammatically clever, what goes up must come down type thing. Like, why should you let your boyfriend stand in the way of you finding your husband? Things like that. That is what gets the attention of modern women. And once you get them with that hook, anything you tell them with emotional salad is going to stick.
Yeah. Well, she also says to women, look at the comment section, right? Her target audience is mostly women. She says that marriage is being stuck.
Oh my God! There you go.
Did you catch that? Like,
Yeah,
should,
I heard
should
that.
you-
Yeah.
Should you say that? And
I'm going to say
Go
this:
ahead.
her freedom, right?
Mhm.
It's all about freedom. But what actually ends up happening? Steve's gone through this. I'm in it. Look, these women are taught to leave, taught how to get
Yep.
maximum cash and prizes. And what they actually end up doing is they alienate fathers from their children and
Mhm.
enslave the man with threat of jail or prison time if they
Mhm.
don't pay to support their new lifestyle, their new chapter in life.
It's a tale as old as
Yes.
time itself, man.
Hey, Donovan, slavery is alive and well in this country.
Yes.
It's just happening to men
That's right.
of any skin color. When you, okay, restraining order, you lose your ability to buy a firearm.
That's right.
Okay, then you lose your ability to travel, your freedom, because you can't get a passport.
Nope.
If the child support is too high and you fall behind, okay, you can't leave. Then they garnish your wages.
Yep.
And then the woman is given all kinds of public assistance to take you to court, and you have to try and pay for the attorneys out of pocket, and nobody gives a shit. You are a slave, and it's happening to men of all color. Slavery is alive and well in this country. We just aren't allowed to talk about it.
It's incredible, man. And the funny thing is that most men are well aware of this, but if they speak out on it, bad things happen, man. And this is why men are walking. This is why men are walking away. There is marriage. Legal marriage offers absolutely zero benefit to men. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
And I'll say something else too. A lot of people say that ignorance is bliss, and ignorance is bliss. But I'll tell you what, man. You look at a guy like Patrick Bet-David, who has no idea what the true female nature is. Charlie Kirk, may he rest in peace, had no idea what true female nature was. You want to know what? These men, Charlie Kirk was probably one of the happiest men alive. Patrick Bet-David is one of the happiest men alive because he didn't have to go through a bunch of hoes and 304s to find Jennifer. Charlie Kirk was a man of God. Erica just made herself available to him. That was honestly, and I'm sure Charlie Kirk probably had little trysts here and there. But you could tell as soon as he met Erica, he jumped right in, and she was his ride or die. You know, hell, I was going to say for the rest of his life. Actually, she's going to be ride or die for him even for the rest of her life now. But the point I'm trying to make is that you can either love women or you can understand them, but you can very, very rarely do both. I'm not sure if I'm one of the few men in this world who both loves, listen, I'm married, but we've had our 2-year anniversary, a few days ago. We got married. Devin and I got married in Miami, and I love Devin to the moon and back, but I also understand female nature, and it took a lot for me to get there, and I bear a lot of scars from that. PBD, he doesn't have any scars. Charlie Kirk did not appear to have any scars. Ignorance really is bliss. So.
Well, Donovan, I'm not gonna say that I'm in the exact same boat, but been divorced, got married, been married for 10 years, and yeah, I love Elena,
Sure,
but I also know that women are women.
Women are gonna women. Yep.
And it does change how you approach the relationship. It does change how you approach even the emotions of it. Not gonna lie, guys. And I think for a lot of guys out there, I would say you just have to let it happen to you, because look at all the guys who they thought they had the one.
Yes.
And then they find out they didn't. Okay, PBD, he hasn't gone through it. And I just want to.
Never will.
He might not, exactly.
Right.
But I always mentally include the yet, because we don't know when the next one's coming.
That's true.
So it is possible to both understand and love women.
It's just very hard.
It's rare. And how does that happen? It only comes when the man has been betrayed through great pain and suffering, when he loved but he didn't understand. And
Right.
now he understands the nature, yet he still chooses
Yes.
to bind to that woman and love her. But he never forgets what the nature is. He learned his lesson, and it's hard. It's a hard-won thing.
It is.
And it's rare that a man, he actually has to be honest about himself and go through and experience that pain. And it's brutal. It's hard.
And I've always said this. I can sit. I've been at this now. I've been live streaming for 8 years. The very first time I live streamed was September 17th of 2017. I think it might have been Labor Day, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been at this for 8 years. I've done thousands of videos, thousands of appearances. I've been on Fresh and Fit, 50 something times. I'm good friends with Pearl, the late great Kevin Samuels, all that. In the end, we can sit here and talk until we're blue in the face, and we will continue to do so because at least we can give guys the roadmap in terms of what to expect. But for men, just like Plutarch said, and I'll sort of rephrase it here, some lessons can be taught. In other words, sometimes somebody can be taught a lesson by hearing somebody and their experiences. But when it comes to women, as far as men are concerned, our lessons have to be learned. You got to go through the fire. You got to go through the fire. And this is why PBD is so adamant about women not being the way the red pill describes women. He ain't never been through it. Like, he sees all the best in Jennifer Bet David. And shout out to him. Like, it must be it must be very, very nice. And I'm not saying this to talk shit about him, but it is very, very nice not to have experienced the full breadth of female nature for better and for worse. A guy like me, I've experienced the best of female nature, and I have experienced the worst. And Plutarch, something that you said earlier, is that you have to change. Being red-pilled and understanding female nature changes the way you enter a relationship emotionally. And people ask me all the time, well, Donovan, do you trust Devin? My answer is always, I trust Devin to be a woman. And when they ask me, do you trust Devin? What they mean is, do you trust her not to fuck the hot pool boy when he comes in and cleans our pool? What you mean is, if Devin goes to a bachelorette party, is she not? No, of course she's going to fuck the pool boy. Of course she's going to do something if she has the chance. And it has nothing to do with me. It's not personal. It just is. And so it is my job as a man and as a leader of a relationship to make sure that Devin understands that she is prohibited from engaging in activities that put our relationship at risk. And here's one last thing. You guys have to understand that, and I'm sure Plutarch loves Elena, and Elena loves Plutarch. Guess what? Devin and I love each other to the moon and back. When we're out and about, I'm sure she sees men that she's sexually attracted to. I know I see women that I'm sexually attracted to. So you need to understand, but the difference between a woman who truly loves her man and a woman who does not is the woman won't open up that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Just because a woman finds a man attractive doesn't make her a hoe. Putting herself in position to be noticed by that man, that's what makes her a hoe. So just like we were talking about earlier, you can either love women or you can understand them. I understand women, and I'm only going to run my relationship in one way. There is one woman thus far who has more or less, gone through the gauntlet with me. No, Devin is not perfect, but she is mine. I trained her to be the woman that she is today. But if she were to ever, get off the rails or get off track, she understands that life is going to be very difficult for her. Not financially, right? But emotionally. I mean, the woman is damn near 50, so am I. But if we were to break up today, who's going to have if Devin and I were to break up today, right? Listen, you guys know what she looks like. Very attractive woman. I'm sure she would get she'd have more sexual opportunities than I did. And I'm Donovan fucking Sharp. That's just how it is. But in the end, I may have lost the battle, but men, we always win the war.
Don't pick a woman for her absolute beauty either.
No.
I mean,
no.
Devin is not the absolute beauty. She's a good woman.
Yeah, she's a good woman. She's a
But,
6.
okay, you can call her a mid. Okay, fine. But it's her attitude. It's who she is as a person. And really, that's what men want. She's not a high maintenance woman. You find 8, 9, or 10. She's going to be high maintenance. You're a smart man. Say, nah, I'm not.
She's going to be proud of the fact that she's the high maintenance of an expensive Bentley than cheap maintenance Toyota.
Well, the thing is,
I've seen women say this things, you know?
Yeah. Women love being, well, I need a man who can handle me. Well, okay, that's
Mhm.
fine. I'm just gonna let you do all that. But yeah, like when I was dating Devin, she was in direct competition with a 23-year-old. This girl was an absolute fucking smoke show. She was absolutely hot. She didn't have a chance against Devin, man. She never did. She never did, because Devin was so much better. And again, and Devin knew it. The girl, dude, hard 10, dude, beautiful Mexican girl, long black. Oh my God, she was incredible. Outside of sex, she was literally useless. She was literally useless. This is funny. I actually considered getting with her. And so I said, okay, maybe she can learn to cook. I spent $350 on cooking classes. It made absolutely zero difference. That right there told me, okay, yeah, it's time to go with the woman that is going to benefit my life more than the woman who is going to make my life difficult. So that's how it goes, man. So yeah, dude, Sandman, you're 100% right. And it's very, very difficult to follow that advice because attractive women are very enticing. But guys, in 2025,
Right.
the more sexual market value a woman has, the less relationship market value they tend to have.
Well, also, Donovan, I wanted to bring up a point to see what you think about it. I think that when women actually want men to believe that men need sex because it's the only asset that they think they have, right?
Yeah.
And then if they convince men that, well, the only thing that we have to offer is the falsification bubble, right?
Right.
Then men become their slaves. The moment men fall under that trap that, okay, I need her for sex because like I can't let go. She's so beautiful, and I need the sex, you know.
Okay, Elena's butchering an idea I had here.
Yes, Ellen,
So
go for it. Yeah.
the basic idea is that from a propaganda standpoint, if all I have to sell you is one thing, then the only tactic that I have is to convince you that one thing is everything that you need.
Very good. Yes, that's exactly right.
So if you were talking about that 23-year-old Mexican, right? Okay.
Yep.
All she had was sex, right?
Literally.
Okay. Okay. And so what do? They try to make that. You will hear women say men need sex.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Men like sex. We need sex. We need sex to procreate. But every man I've known has gone for at least a decade without ever having sex, probably more. Right? We can live without it. I can't live without oxygen. I can't live without food and water.
Absolutely.
But I don't need your sex to live. Need it to procreate. That's true. So, but you will see, particularly feminists say, "Oh, well, men need sex," and they use it to denigrate men. But they're also trying to say, because
Where else you
now,
gonna get it?
well, yeah, exactly. Where else are you going to get it? And now they have the dominant position over the man because they now control access to that thing that he needs to live.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And this is why women are so against prostitution. Women don't like, dude, this is the reason why. And guys, I live in the state of Nevada. Prostitution is legal 2 counties over. Oh yes, gentlemen, I am a short car ride away from Hobbs Bunny Ranch. May God rest his soul. Fucking legend in his own right. But I agree with Plutarch 100%. Men, we don't really need sex. We really, 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 really want it, and we really, 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 really like it. And when men say that men need sex, we're not really saying we need sex. What we are saying is that the differentiating factor in a relationship between persons of the opposite sex, in terms of it being a friendship and a relationship, is the sex. So in that regard, if you want to be in a relationship with me, you need to have sex with me. Just like Plutarch said, I don't need sex, right? I mean, I can jerk off. I can subscribe to OnlyFans. I can go to the strip club.
Exactly.
Whatever it may be. I can go to Hops Bunny Ranch or whatever. I need oxygen to live. I need water. I need food. I need satiation. I don't need sex. I really, 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 really want it. And I think the difference between men who are successful with women and men who are not are men who are able to control that need. don't get me wrong, man. Having sex with beautiful girls, it's a lot of fun, but in the end, if you do it enough, it's really not worth it. Yes, this is life.
Well, okay. So what, Donovan, you literally actually just described it. What was the difference between Devin and the 23-year-old? Devin could cook.
Oh my God. Devin, dude, not only that, man, Devin was just so much more useful. She's an internet expert. Dude, she's been an SEO for like 25 years. She built my website for me before I even committed to her. And not only that is Devin was cool to be around. Like, I enjoy her company. We make each other laugh. We get along. We're compatible. And by the way, compatibility doesn't mean having things in common. All compatibility means is you get along. That's it. You don't fight and argue over petty shit. So those are the big differences. Listen, Chrissy had she had the lead in terms of looks. She had Devin blown away, but Devin came up big in every other category. Just completely blew her away. And Devin was attractive enough for me to notice her. Tacitus says.
Talk about.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she says she can bake the best cookies according to Pearl. Yes, Pearl has definitely partaken of Devin's culinary faculty.
Okay, women don't understand this desire in men. Men want to know a woman in the biblical sense. To know a woman is to fuck a woman.
Yep.
Okay, so there's this desire, but if you're fucking a body, it gets old.
It does.
You want to fuck the woman, the person, the woman that you care about to be an ongoing thing. You want to know her mind, her emotions, her body, her physicality, and you want the relationship. And that makes it fun. If you're just out there banging a lot of hoes, you will never really know a woman. You're just getting your rocks off. That gets boring.
That's exactly right, man. But listen, banging hoes it's a lot of fun, but at times it is a miserable existence. And I tell people this all the time. I had a great time banging hoes in Vegas, but my life is a lot better than it ever was running through hoes in Vegas, man. Easy for me to say because I've done it before. If that's something that you need to get out of your system, by all means do it. Just understand that it will get old at some point in time.
Hey, you know what? You know about Roosh V.
Yeah,
I've never met the man, but I've followed him from way back when he was still a player.
Yeah.
The guy had wisdom. Man, he had insight. And where did he go? I mean, he was extremely successful at picking up women.
Yes.
Wrote books on it.
Wrote books on it, yeah.
And ultimately, he found out it's an empty existence. And he completely gave it up.
Yeah.
And then he was resigned to his situation. Yeah, my past may prevent me from ever having that one woman kind of relationship because of the path I went down. But that didn't make him go back to that lifestyle.
No, he doesn't miss it.
He lived, he found his faith. And I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe you know. He supposedly entered the religious life in a monastery or something.
I won't get into those details, but I do know that Roosh is now deeply religious, and he has honestly he probably has more passion and fire for that than he ever did at Return of Kings. I mean, dude, I've known Jesus Christ, I've known Roosh for like 10, 11 years, man. And Roosh,
I have great respect for the man.
He's a good dude, man. But yeah, Roosh he's the quintessential example. And and again, I don't want to get into the religious, subtext. I don't want to offend anybody. But what Roosh represents is what happens after playing the game gets played out. Dude, the vast majority, 95% of men at least have no desire to just run through hoes until the day they die, right? It's just, listen, there are going to be some guys out there who run through hoes. Listen, exceptions do exist. But most men, what we really want is we want a relationship with that one person that we can trust not to give us, fucking chlamydia if she cheats on us. That's really what we want because we understand that it's a better life. But the only reason why a lot of these guys, when they find the red pill, the reason why they say, I want to be a player for life, is because relationships haven't worked out for them. Well, being a player helps you in relationships because you know what to look for and what not to look for.
Well, I think it's also pretty safe for men to watch porn, actually. And I've seen the TradCon men and women also, they shame and blame society and the porn industry. But based on data, porn actually saves more marriages, because if you look at the subscriber count, it's mostly married men who are consuming porn. And then they all criticize men for watching it, but then they never talk about women. What's wrong with these women? Because these men are married to women, right? And like, why would...
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why they shame men for watching corn? Because just like Plutarch said, watching corn takes away their advantage. If a man watches corn, he's not as motivated to go out and talk to girls. And what do girls know that guys want? Girls know that guys want sex. And this is why women don't want prostitution to be legal, because if prostitution were legalized worldwide, countrywide, whatever the case may be, the average value of a woman would go straight down, because there is one reason and one reason only we talk to women in the beginning. It's because we want to fuck them. Well, if we can get our needs met elsewhere, you got to bring more to the table, like Plutarch said, than that one thing that you think we need. That's why women don't like this is why women don't want prostitution to be legal. And it's interesting. They try to sort of co-opt that and Trojan horse it. If you watch corn, you're bad. No, the reason you say it's bad is because if he watches corn, he doesn't want to pursue your ass. That's what that is.
Exactly. And to which I would say, you know what? It's actually safer for men to watch corn than getting married and being divorce grade a few years later, based on the current system and the laws, the marriage and divorce laws that support women, right? It's like, go watch porn instead. Yeah, and it's free mostly, like if you don't engage with the OnlyFans chicks. But
you know what?
I won't encourage anyone to watch corn. I won't, but I understand why.
No, I wouldn't either. No, I'm not encouraging men to watch corn, but I get it. It's not the.
It's not the ideal, you know, but it's still safer for men than being.
Here's what I'd say about corn. The hub isn't going to take your house when it goes.
Exactly.
Right. That's right.
That's true.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And then the kids also, the custody goes automatically to the mother. So men
you have to be careful with that, because they will use the hub to take your kids from you.
Yes, they will. My man.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
That's going to give him. Yes, my husband is addicted to corn. I don't know. Maybe he's going to look at my kids in a certain way. So yeah, it's a slippery slope in both directions. But like anything in life, use it sparingly. Corn should
it only applies to married men. So if a married man is watching corn, then yeah, he's in danger that when she divorces him, his kids will be taken away from him. But if he doesn't commit to a woman, this is what I say, like, you just watch corn and you don't give women the marriage, you don't give them the ring, you don't wipe them up, you just do your own thing. And then
Elena, Devin's first ex-husband is in the he's Red Pill Man. This is Devin's ex-husband, Brian Ashlock. Can you please ban him? Because this
hold on.
Yeah, it's Red Pill Man, no 3J.
Done.
Yeah, thank you. Nice try. Nice try, Brian. I'm married to your wife who looks better than she ever looked with you. Cry harder. Cry harder.
He can't let
You
go.
know,
No, hold on, real quick. Hold on. Brian, it's been almost 10 years, my guy. Let it go. Look, I win. You lose. Bro, you live with your you live with your drug addict girlfriend in Delaware. You guys are growing all kinds of stuff in your house with her son, but you want to come on and harass me? Nah, bro. I live a better life than you will ever live, and you can't stand it. Cry harder, loser. Cry harder.
He came in through Elena's channel.
This is
probably.
I got him banned. He thought he was slick. Red Pill Man, dude. I knew who you were exactly when you said it. You dumbass. Get out of here.
I just didn't know. I was reading it, going, okay, this is real troll.
Hey, Brian. Devin says fuck you. By the way. Yeah, he's right here. You want to know? You want to know why Brian is really pissed, dude? He's seen pictures of Devin. He has seen pictures of Devin. He hates that Devin is so much more attractive now at 49 than when she was with him in her mid 30s or whatever. He hates that shit. That's why he can't leave me alone, because he knows he lost. Bro, I literally took everything from you. Take the L, go back to smoking dope with your girlfriend in your trashy ass house that should probably be on Hoarders, and leave me alone. Cry harder, loser.
I'll tell you why.
You and your bastard mom and dad. Fuck out of here.
Let me tell you something. What makes a woman look good? What's the difference between a fit woman and a fat woman? It's discipline. It's a discipline of her father, which then goes into self-discipline. It's being under the authority of her husband with his kind of discipline. So you see fat women, you see a fat woman, she is undisciplined in her mentality and in her life. And so why does Devin look better? She is under the authority and discipline of a good man. It's that simple.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a good man per se, but I'm very
I mean, good in his heart, in his desire. A man of principle who is striving for something of purpose. I'm not talking about good as in good and evil. I'm just talking a man who's on his purpose, who is striving to be a good, a principled man.
Yeah, and this is, and the funny thing is, the reason why Brian simply cannot get over this is because Devin's the way Devin has flourished and the way she has grown, like her life is so much better with me than it ever was with him. And he can't stand it. And the thing is if I were him, I'd be pissed off too, because the way she is now compared to the way she was back then is a direct reflection on his character. And it's funny, if people really think that they get the better of you, they would tell you something, one thing once and then leave. No, this dude trolls me all the time, which means he knows he's taking the L. And the only way he can sleep at night is if he can tell his toothless ass girlfriend who's addicted to meth, yeah, I got on Donovan Sharp's live stream and I told him off. Bro, like I said, cry harder, my guy. Cry harder. Jesus Christ. Dude, it's been 10 years. Let it go. Jesus.
You know, Donovan, that there's an interesting thing, particularly in the higher echelons of society. They still recognize this, but we've kind of forgotten this. Women are a reflection of their men.
That's right.
That's right. How your woman behaves is an absolute reflection on that man. And I mean, I've talked to VCs before. It was a software project, and they will actually tell you that you get invited to the party, right? What is the VC doing? He is looking at your woman. He's looking at how you behave in public. But what he's actually doing is looking at the risk, because if you can't control your woman, or if you married a loose woman, that means that you have a high risk tolerance. That's right. A VC who wants to put $10 million in your business doesn't want somebody with a high risk tolerance.
Right. Wow. Great analogy.
So we used to know this as a society, and people with money still do.
Right.
But as for the general population, guys, how your woman behaves is a reflection on you to other men.
Yeah.
That's right. And I have made no bones about the fact that when I met Devin, she was an abject fucking disaster. She was attractive and she had the wifely characteristics, but she had attention-seeking behavior coming out of her pores. Why was that? Because she was married to Brian. He couldn't get a hold on her. She ended up leaving him. Well, the reason she ended up leaving him is because he's an alcoholic. That's really, and I'm not just saying this because we all know women. Well, he was an alcoholic. He abused me. No. This man was such an alcoholic. Devin actually tried to get this dude to the hospital. Distended stomach. And I actually saw him like twice. Dude, he's like 120 pounds soaking wet. The motherfucker is 6'2". Probably has, dude. I remember I actually saw him from the back. I was like, is that one pocket in the back of his pants? The point is that Devin was a reflection of his leadership. That's why she was an abject fucking disaster. When she was with Brian, she was all over the internet, had all these accounts, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Dude, you can search high and low for Devin on the internet. You cannot and will not find her. And so, and Brian knows the only way to get to her is to get to me. Again, dude, you lost. And this is the thing, man. He should actually be thanking me because I cleaned up the mess that he created. The only difference is I'm actually putting her to good use. And by the way, Brian, what I'll do is I'll send you pictures of our Alaskan cruise coming up. Troll that.
I want to make a point here to other men because it relates to Donovan's story here.
Yep.
Don't go out there looking for the good woman, the perfect woman.
Absolutely not.
You're going to find just a woman who may have potential, but her potential can, some women, you got to vet them well.
You have to cultivate it.
She's not going to come into her fullness. She's not going to blossom and develop as that beautiful woman without your leadership, your management. It's an umbrella. It's a covering
very good
over her, and it's a boundary. And if she transgresses that boundary, yes, then she needs to be restrained within that boundary.
That's right.
That boundary is kind of a boundary of discipline. But damn, that woman can flourish and become the best version of herself under that proper management. And that's what Donovan is talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't find a ready-made woman.
Oh, hell
He
no.
found a woman that had the potential, and under his management, she became.
She had potential while she was married, but because her ex-husband, was ill-equipped to handle someone that attractive who gets that kind of attention, he ended up losing out for, among other reasons. Obviously, he has and I'm not trying to make light of the situation. The dude has major league substance abuse problems. Sometimes, dude, back when him and Devin were going through their divorce, like, holy God, this guy was a wreck. And the interesting thing is Devin, when her and I first met, and this is what really made an impression on her, she tried trashing him when we first met. Well, I'm getting divorced, and he's like, Devin, don't do that. I said, I don't know because I wasn't there. I said, but here's what I do know. Yeah, you can talk shit about him, but you're not going to convince me that you are the perfect little fucking angel either. You are not going to trash your ex-husband with me. And so 2-3 years went by, the guy kept going. And even still, I said, Dev, look, you got to understand, man, we don't get over stuff like this. 5-6 years in, I'm like, okay, it's been 5-6 years. It's time for this loser to get over this. And you guys can see that he's still in there. But just like you said, Sandman, women need and crave boundary and structure. And if you are not man enough to stand 10 toes down and let her know that it is your way or the highway, eventually she might stay with you, but eventually she is going to start to resent you. And just like Devin told me, she told me all the time, Brian didn't have any structure. He let me do whatever it was I wanted to do. He let you have social media, this and that and the third. I made it clear that none of that was going to be tolerated by me. And I didn't give her an ultimatum. I said, look, I'm telling you right now, I don't commit to women who are on social media. And then are you telling me I can't have social media? I said, no, I'm not telling you can't have anything. I'm not your father. I can't tell you what you can or can't do. I said, but if you have social media, then you and I cannot be in a relationship. She abided by that rule, among other things. And now here we are, now incredibly, almost 10 years later, and we're still going strong.
Well, it's because she prioritizes you and her relationship with you,
right,
when most women would prioritize the sisterhood, and they have the team woman mindset. She has the team her man mindset. And
That's
this is
exactly
what
right.
most women don't like. We have a few good questions coming in here. Is it possible to have accountability in marriage?
Put that up on the screen.
Here. Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there's any form of accountability in marriage. In a good marriage, both people hold themselves accountable, but the woman is not supposed to hold the man accountable. Men, we hold ourselves accountable. Men, we hold ourselves accountable. Men, we also hold our women accountable. But if you as a man don't hold yourself accountable, then you do not have the authority to hold anyone accountable. So it starts with you. And I agree with Sandman when he said that earlier. It starts with you. You got to hold yourself accountable. And when your woman sees that you can hold yourself accountable instead of passing the buck, she will allow you to hold her accountable because she knows it's coming from a place of objectivity, not subjectivity.
And what
That
about
is an entirely Christian standpoint. because
Really?
men are the glory of God,
Okay.
woman is the glory of man. It implies the
Wow.
hierarchy.
That makes perfect
So,
sense. Wow.
Donovan, he says he's not a religious guy, but he just told you a religious truth here in practice.
How about
I mean,
that?
It's also
Donovan
natural order.
is more
Natural
Christian
order.
guy than a lot of the guys you go to church with. I'll tell you that right
Right.
now.
This is why we say this is why we say the Bible, whatever version you believe in, is inherently red pill. And I think the order, and I'm sure you could probably speak to this, Nick, isn't it God, man, woman, children, animals, or something somewhere in that hierarchical?
Yeah, pretty much.
hierarchical structure?
It's a hierarchy. You see it in Genesis 2 and 3, specifically 1 Corinthians 11.
Yes. Yeah.
Which,
I'm actually aware of those. Yeah.
it's and by the way, in 1 Corinthians 11, what is the Apostle Paul? Where is he drawing this from? Is he drawing it from just God commands it? No, it's the
it's
natural
common
order.
sense.
This is the way the world was designed.
Yes. Right.
When people get mad at the red pill, we're just saying, look, this is just observable behavior. This is their biology. This is how the world works. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
I think the red pill is unfiltered Christianity with a little swearing. Does that sound about right? Does that sound about right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's real because all of the tenets that we teach here in this community are almost in lockstep with the Bible. The man is supposed to have dominion over all of the creatures on the earth, including your woman. The woman's there to be a helpmate. She's there to assist, blah, 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 blah. And I want to make one thing clear. In terms of value as people, men and women have the same inherent value human-wise. In other words, in terms of the art of creation, listen, the woman needs the man to procreate and the man needs the woman to procreate. Women need men to survive. Men need women to look after what he has done and given to her. That to me, that is the perfect copacetic, well, not perfect, but that to me, that's the copacetic relationship that all people should be striving for. The man provides, the woman nurtures, the man protects, the woman takes care of his brood, even with chores. Today, I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to put up our Halloween decorations. Devin's going to vacuum the floor. She's going to clean up all the pet messes. She's going to do the dishes. I handle all the chores on the outside of the house. She handles all the chores on the inside of the house. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's the way it is in the Bible. This is why the Bible resonates with so many people. Because it channels into our natural instincts as people biologically.
Okay. I work a job. I have a boss. I'm not equal to my boss.
No.
He has authority over me in the hierarchy. He tells me what to do, and I do it. Both of us have equal merit in the eyes of God, but there is a hierarchy.
There is a hierarchy. That's
Same thing with men and women. There is a hierarchy. Being underneath the authority of a man does not make you lesser. Just like I'm not a lesser man than my boss.
That's right.
It's just our roles.
I think that when a woman here's the thing. A lot of women these days, they bastardize the word submission. When modern women characterize submission, they like to disingenuously characterize it as, a doting, dutiful wife, walking into the living room with a black eye, serving her man dinner. And, it's not cold enough, or I'm sorry, it's not hot enough. He's got no. All submission is simply relinquishing control. That's it. That's all submission is giving up control. As a man, you have to be trustworthy enough to be able to have that control relinquished to you. Most men don't have it. Very few men do. This doesn't mean that these men are any better than worse than men who don't have these traits. But this is why we're here, is to teach men, hey, this is what it takes to be successful with women. Unfortunately, we have a lot of men who have taken losses, like Brian formerly in the chat. He doesn't want to look in the mirror. He wants to say, woe is me. My wife divorced me. And now now she's in a relationship with a man who's better than me. So I'm just going to troll the hell out of him, until he can't take it anymore. His life is people like this go nowhere. This is a loser's mindset. That's why he is focused on me and me not on him. Guys, this is the way you need to be with people around you, man.
Hey, if somebody succeeds, be happy for it and move on.
Well, listen. I mean, the human side of me, like if I were him, yeah, I'd be a little bit salty too. But the difference between me and him, I've been him before. Okay. I've been in relationships with women who dumped me because I wasn't shit and ended up getting in relationships with men who are better than me. So instead of hating on those guys, I said to myself, okay, what did those guys do that I did not do? What are the characteristics, habits, and traits that got them to where they are? How is he able to take my woman away from me? That in small part is how I found the red pill, and here we are today. That's how it is, man.
So I just want to add a little bit of something. You know, Donovan, you were talking about how not many men can do this, and that's true. That is always going to be true, and that's a little bit of a black pill. This is, most men are never going to be this.
Right.
You know what? The purpose of the red pill is not to make every man into these kind of men.
Right.
It's the purpose of the red pill is that more men tomorrow are that way than there are today.
Wow, good point. Yeah, I like that. This is why we're here. We're here to tell you guys, hey man, these are the mistakes we've made. We've been there before. This is how we made it out. This is how you do it. But, and you know what? I'll even take that back. Every man can do what we do. They just have to decide to. Unfortunately, we weren't given the tools to be the kind of men that we're supposed to be when we grow up. This is how it is. So
you can be a flatlander and not try to climb the mountain.
Ooh, wow.
You can be that man who can better yourself. You can start climbing the mountain. Maybe you're the guy who can only get halfway up. You may never be the guy who reaches the pinnacle, but you're still a better man than the guys the flatlanders who never tried.
There you go. There you go.
Every man can improve.
And the point is the improvement. Look, not all of us are going to be Mystery. Not all of us are going to be Donovan Sharp.
Right.
Yeah, Andrew Tate. Yeah.
Right.
But if you can achieve even a little bit of this, and even if it takes you 5 years, that will make not just you and your relationships better, but the men around you better. And we were talking about this earlier. The high school kids now, they're starting to push back against the woke, and the women,
man.
They're just getting in line. All you have to do is be better than you were yesterday.
That's it.
Yeah. And don't give women what they want. There was a comment here, a good comment actually. We've talked about it earlier today. These women don't listen. They start out obedient. Once they get that ring, 93 and almost 94% of them change. There is some truth in that. Well, and obedient, it could be the mask that they were wearing, so they were always going to leave that guy because they were faking their femininity and obedience, right? So
yeah,
just to get that guy. Once they get the ring, this is what I keep saying to gentlemen. Don't give them the ring, because the moment you wipe them up, you give away your frame, you give away your
leverage.
The leverage, the power, that the authority that you have in that relationship, because all of the laws are designed against you. So if Threadcons want men to marry, change the laws.
Okay, let me go into that.
Okay.
Marriage no longer exists. Because we use that word, but the definition has changed. Historical marriage left the power in the hands of the man. And the men were created, have the nature to bear that authority in a fair manner. You change the laws, and now what we call marriage is a modern marriage. It's no longer marriage because you gave the power in the marriage to the woman through the civil courts. And Robert Louis Dabney, who is a favorite of Nick, he's a theologian, one of the highly respected men of the Civil War era. He said, he predicted where this was going to go, and if you do this, he called marriage a
vagrant concubine.
Vagrant concubinage. Modern marriage is a vagrant concubinage.
That's what it is, man. Listen, women used to trade sex for marriage. Now they trade sex for everything but. It's the world we live in, man. It's the world we live in.
So yeah, don't give them what they want. They want that commitment from you.
Give them what they
Uh,
need.
Yeah.
Well, women want us men to behave like an old school marriage.
Right. Yes.
There were no marriage contracts. That's a relatively recent human invention. It started in the nobility and worked its way down into the peasantry probably about 200 years ago. It's new. Okay.
Yeah.
What it didn't used to be that way. And so the purpose of a contract is to have a third party in between two parties that enforces the terms of the contract. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
You can't have a marriage with a third party that's in between the two people, because that third party can be leveraged to do anything.
Bingo. That's right.
And now you see the state is being leveraged to destroy families.
The way I see it, and this is, and again, I swear to God, I don't know, man, I might be coming, I feel myself getting closer and closer to coming back to religion, because it's just like you guys said, man, the mindset that guys like me have, we have a lot of parallels with religion. And so I said all that to say this: if you want to get married, if you think you have found the one, don't get married by the state, get married in the church. The church has nothing to do with this. Is why there was separation of church and state. If you get married in the church, you're not giving away your leverage, right? She can't get paid to leave because you're not legally obligated and tethered to the state. This is why and women, it's funny. They're not dragging men down the aisle because they really want to be married to them. No, they're dragging men down the aisle because they want the state to legally to legally bolt them to them. Yeah, that's why they're dragging them down the aisle, because they want their retirement plan. They want that safety net. But if there is no incentive, if we take away the incentive to just divorce men for I'm just not happy, then we have a lot less marriages, which is good. Get married through the church, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, but even church is not a guarantee with all the feminist indoctrination.
Common law marriage.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you right there. You're right. If you get married, when I say get married in the church, this doesn't mean get married and influenced by the church. Go to a church and have a ceremony. That way, you don't have to sign a marriage license or anything like that. If invite your family and friends, hire an officiant, and then go have a ceremony. That's exactly what Devin and I did. And I call her my wife. She calls me her husband. Everybody recognizes us as man and wife. Yet if we split up, she can't divorce rate me. That's the way this works. And so and that's part of the leverage. Devin knows that if she decides to divorce me for whatever reason, she knows she's not getting shit. She will keep what she came with in the relationship, and I will leave with what I acquired in the relationship.
I summarize this. I'm a Catholic man.
Oh, okay.
Catholics believe in the sacrament of marriage. Marriage is a sacrament. The two become one under God. Oaths for life. But the Catholic Church gave in to the civil authorities and said, oh, now you need a license. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know what? Do you want to be married permanently under God, or do you want to be married under the state? Do not accept the state into your life, because it's injecting a huge dose of poison into your relationship. God never said you need the state's approval or to have a civil marriage. You can have a religious, you can have a biblical, you can even have a secular marriage.
That's right.
But get the fucking state out of your bedroom and out of your life.
Yeah, Franco says, are you sure about marriage in the church? I mean, yeah. I mean, look, get married however you want. Get married in the church, have a secular marriage, have a ceremony. Just don't involve the state. Legend says the government needs to stay out of our relationships. And here's the thing. Men, we feel that way. Women want the government involved in our relationships because they stand to gain something, cash and prizes. Should they? Why? I mean, why are we all? It's so funny. The world is good. Why is divorce rate so high? Because women are quite literally paid to leave. If somebody made you sign a contract that said you get half of this guy's shit if you decide to break the contract, who's not signing that contract?
So Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah. I want to add two notes for men here.
Okay.
First, if you do the passport bro thing, in order to bring her to the United States, you must have a state marriage license. That is a requirement. Okay. Second, be wary of states with common law marriage.
Yes.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. And yeah, Franco Uni says, what about common law effect after many years of living together? There is a reason why we live in the state of Nevada. There is a reason why we lived in the state of New Jersey. There is no common law marriage here in the state of Nevada. So if you're looking to have a secular marriage and you really think that you guys can have a good, strong relationship, you're going to have to choose a state where they do not recognize common law marriage. Listen, just look it up. Which states recognize common law marriage? Which ones don't? Nevada doesn't. That's why we're good. Yeah, Texas is one.
Texas
we all know.
yeah.
Yeah, we all know. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think about prenuptial agreements? I'm not going to show you the videos of the lawyers. They do encourage people to sign the prenuptial agreements, and they get shredded a lot in practice.
Yes, they do. Here's my thoughts on prenuptial agreements. Prenuptial agreements are only enforceable if you allow the state into your marriage. So if you don't allow the state into your marriage, you don't have to worry about prenuptial agreements. That's what you do.
Yeah, and then you have to pay the lawyers for prenuptial agreements, for divorce, for all of those procedures. And yeah, this is how they make money. This is why they want people to marry through the state. They want people to divorce through the state. They want people to sign this prenuptial agreement. And they think that prenuptial agreement will save the man.
So let's talk about agreements. If you think a prenuptial agreement is going to save you in the civil world, you're delusional. But I'm not against them. A prenuptial, okay, I have to abide by that. We negotiated out. Okay, but it's not enough. You need a marriage contract, a marriage agreement, which outlines the duties in marriage, what the man's going to do, what the woman's going to do. Is it legally enforceable? No. Does that make it worthless? No, because you negotiated it. You put your signature on it. She puts her signature. Yes, this is my intention. And we see this type of agreement in other areas that is very effective. You know, the BDSM community has contracts between the dominant and the submissive.
Oh, yes.
No, they're not legally enforceable, but they are useful and effective. Just because a contract is not legally enforceable does not make it not worth doing.
We have an interesting question, guys, here. If we eliminate divorce, would that force women to make better decisions?
No.
No, I agree with you there.
Theoretically speaking, but practically speaking, no. Because if there were no such thing as divorce, women wouldn't. Okay, all right. So divorce isn't real. In 2025, let's just say that there was no such thing as divorce. Divorce is illegal. Blah blah blah. Guess what? It wouldn't matter. Women would still leave their husbands and shack up with the guys they're fucking on the side. So no, there are too many. There are too many incentives for women to sleep around. They're just way too many.
Social media is one of them. So they don't have to. A lot of wives, they are already doing it by posting their semi-naked pictures on social media while they are being married. They are effectively cheating on their husband. So at least advertising to all of those simpy dudes that they are available and they don't respect their husbands. This is how they humiliate their husbands, actually.
Yep.
So yeah.
You guys ever heard of a woman? You guys ever heard of Gia McCool?
Yes, she was actually the one who blocked me because I called her out. I didn't want to bring up, but you mentioned her. So
yeah. Gia McCool is highly, highly attractive, but she's also married. She acts like a whore online, y'all.
I did call her out, and she didn't like it.
Listen, I'm looking at her right now. She is absolutely fucking gorgeous. She's beautiful, but you can tell by her Instagram and her Twitter. You ask yourself, who is okay? All right, so you espouse red pill talking points. I'm seeing half naked pictures of you all over the internet. Where is your husband? These are the TradCon wives that we're talking about. This is the Trojan horse that we're talking about. And listen, nothing against Gia McCool. She has the title of wife. She just doesn't act like one online.
Well, and they don't want to be called
To
out.
call her out is because they don't want her to be upset with her. Upset with her.
And you know what? To tie it back to our previous point, where we talked that women used to shame other women, and then this is what I tried to do to her, but she has a total lack of humility and accountability for her own actions. So
Yep.
she wouldn't take that criticism. She blocked me, so that
Yep, of course
nobody else could see my message. Where I was saying, like, look, women who are married, it's inappropriate behavior for a married woman to blast your semi-naked pictures all over the internet and then preach about morality and how women are supposed to treat their wives.
Hey,
Yeah,
Donovan.
you talk about modesty and all that. It's bullshit.
Uh-huh.
You brought up something interesting on that one.
Okay,
You said no one wants to call her out.
right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
why-
you're willing to say you are,
Well,
Oh,
sure, because right,
and I've allowed Elena to say the same thing.
right.
But there's something interesting about that. Both of us are married.
Yep, there you go. There you go. I'm not trying to fuck Gia McCool. And I'm
No.
sure, and I'm sure Gia McCool has all sorts of guy friends. They all want to fuck her. And
Yes.
Gia knows it.
Yes.
Gia knows all these guys want to fuck her. She knows this. But if you ask her, no. They're just no. She knows exactly what she's doing. I'll bet you if we offer Gia this, if we took away, listen, you can post whatever you want. You can post whatever you want. Make your account private, okay? And the only men who can see your account are your husband and men who are related to you. I guarantee you, she would raise a big stink about that. Why?
yes.
Because that's not who she's posting for. She is posting these half-naked pictures of her on the internet for persons other than her husband and men related to her, and she knows it.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, this is exactly what I told her, Don. And then there were some simps who came into her defense, of course. And then the other point, I'm getting tired here. Yeah, and she she didn't want to, and even though she repeated some of the red pill talking points, she's still a public whore, you know. And that only works like when women used to call out, they can't be public whores themselves. They have to be claimed women. They have to behave themselves if they want to call out the promiscuous behavior of other women. It doesn't work, because right now I also see like public whores trashing other public whores. You know, women have no problem doing that, and you have to watch their behavior because it speaks much more than their words.
Not only that, I'll add to Plutarch's point. The reason why I have the guts to call out Gia McCool is because I don't know her personally. I know people that do know her personally, but guess what? I'm gonna say what the hell I say. And I'm sure Gia is. I'm sure she's a decent human being. I mean, I'm not saying that she's a terrible woman or anything like that. But every time she posts these pictures of her clearly flaunting her body, this lets us know a few things. Number one, she doesn't respect her husband, and number two, she is still seeking male validation. Lack of respect for your husband and seeking male validation, that is a recipe for disaster. Divorce is imminent for Mr. and Mrs.
She
McCool.
may be a good woman, but a good woman needs restraint.
That's right.
So her man is not restraining her. That doesn't make her a bad woman.
Nope.
She's just doing what women do.
It makes her husband weak. And Gia is the quintessential example of an attractive woman who doesn't belong to a man who has boundaries. If she was with a man who had boundaries, we wouldn't know who she is.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
But then a lot of these women, they want a cake and eat it too. They want the best of the two worlds. So they want the traditional man, but yet they want their social media exposure. So I don't think like the whole mindset would allow her to even like submit to the man, and like she disrespects her man already, you know, and like that kind of behavior. I don't care about her personal life. I don't know her.
Right, I'm sure she's a nice. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but yeah,
like, you know, like that.
Does not respect her husband.
That shows to me that she has zero respect for her man. She actually humiliates her man by exposing herself like that, you know? And yeah, it's the divorce
Donovan,
is unavoidable.
Yes.
Tacticus, you were talking earlier about Trojan horses.
Yes. Ooh,
Tacticus
I
has
like
a
that.
comment for you here.
Says, my friend, these are the new Neo Tradcons. Wow. And haven't you noticed that all of these Tradcon wives, they're all attractive? Like, there's no such thing as an ugly trad. Dude, Lauren Chen, Lauren Southern, Tommy Lauren, Gia McCool, like all these women are attractive.
I have some more names for you. Carolyn Levitt.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely.
So there was another one recently. Look, yes, they are all. And here's another interesting thing I find about a lot of these TradCon influencers. They're all married to very rich men who are, well, they're not just rich. They're quiet. They're in the background. They put the women up first, right? I mean, yeah, they're rich and powerful, but they still let their women run free.
Yeah.
Do whatever they want. Be on social media.
Yep. And like I said at the top of this broadcast, the real trad wives, nobody knows.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, and to the men, look, you can have all the money in the world. That does not make you a strong man.
Just ask Tom Brady. Right?
Yes.
Seriously, dude, Tom Brady is Captain fucking America. Like, dude, Tom Brady wasn't even enough. Dude, Aisha Curry is now the streets have been calling Aisha Curry. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's going on with Aisha Curry. Aisha Curry is out here telling the world, well, I never really wanted to be married or to have kids. I wanted to be the boss babe. This bitch is married to a top 1/4% man, 6'2", makes $200 million a year, and it's still not good enough for her. And so ignorant, and this is where I agree with Plutarch when he says yet. I said, well, Patrick Bet-David is probably never going to go through that, and he probably never will, but it ain't impossible. Tom Brady went through it. Stephen Curry's going through it. Dr. Dre went through it. Jeff Bezos went through it. It doesn't matter. It does not matter how much money you have. If you are weak-willed, your woman is going to leave. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Well, another
and she
question.
Still might leave. And she still might leave.
She still might leave. That's exactly right.
We have a question from Tacticus here. Can a woman be promiscuous and loyal?
Yes, she can be
No.
loyal to promiscuity.
No. Okay.
The answer
If
is
she's
no.
promiscuous, that means other men. And Atlanta says this, every woman has that aspect of her nature that's a whore. You just have to make her your private whore. She's only for you.
That's right.
So there's that promiscuous, whorish nature. Embrace that. It's part of her. That's where she wants to be the object of desire and be used sexually for your gratification.
There you go.
That's promiscuous. But
And they like
she's
that.
exclusively yours, and you own that aspect of her. And then she can be loyal. But if you don't maintain that and she becomes like a free range feral woman, she's not going to be loyal.
No.
Yeah, she's only going to be promiscuous not for you, public whore. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Donovan. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Steve 100%, man. No man wants he doesn't want his woman to be a slut. We want a woman to be our slut. That's what it comes down to. So the answer, Steve said it best. The answer, a woman can't be promiscuous and loyal. That's an oxymoron. The only thing promiscuous women can be loyal to is promiscuity.
Well, gentlemen, we have been at this for 3 hours. Well, Donovan, you've been at it for 2, so you're probably ready to go.
Yeah, I'm already fading here.
Well, actually, I've got to. This is actually a big weekend for us. We're doing a. I love mowing the grass, guys. It's just something. I'm a weirdo. I love mowing the grass. I love lawn care. I've seen those Dr. Rick commercials on the insurance commercials. Lawn care is not a hobby. I vehemently disagree, which means I'm probably getting old. We're putting up our Halloween lights, and we are giving away. This is how, and I'm not trying to do this to flex. It's kind of a joke, but we are giving away full-size candy bars on Halloween night here at the Sharp Family Compound. So if somebody happens to dox us at some point in time, come by if you want full-size candy bars. But yes, love mowing the lawn.
this has been a great stream. I greatly enjoy having Donovan on here. And I want you got diversity. Let's talk about diversity. I'm a Catholic. We got 2 Protestant Presbyterians on here. We have a black man on here. We have a Russian woman on here. And we're all talking and getting along great. And we all have similar mindsets. You know, with this Charlie Kirk thing, there's like civil strife coming. It's not skin color, it's not ethnicity that determines who your friends are. It's people who you can talk to and have a good relationship, and we share mutual respect. And I like having Donovan on here. I hope he's willing to come back sooner than a year from now.
Oh yeah. I'm a busy guy, but I like being on podcasts where I don't have to steer the ship. Awesome. I could do this all fucking day because I only have to do one thing, and that's talk. But yeah, I'll definitely be back sooner than later.
Awesome. Yeah. Because my bullshit folder never ends, so we can do more videos there every single day, guys. Every single day. Oh, there is a new Anita episode coming tomorrow, guys. I'm giving you the heads up so that you keep an eye on it. It's going to be a fun one. Well, actually, Steve and Nick, they inspired me to do that one by sharing some videos. So if anything, I blame them.
Just like a woman. There it is. There's the female nature. There's the blame shift right there.
I know.
Verified. The red pill verified right there.
She is still a woman, guys. Yes, she says red pill things. Yes, I did have to indoctrinate her a little bit, but still a woman.
That's right.
And
that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. And guess what? We're gonna go have a, Donovan, you're talking about what you're gonna do today.
Yes,
we're gonna go out and we're gonna have a big burn pile with my dad.
Shit, there you go.
Guys, all of this paper that you saw in the recent Anita
going in the bonfire? Is that going in
the bonfire? Yeah.
I decided to put it into good use first before I burn it, so I made a few episodes with that paper.
Real quick, Devin and I were actually thinking about taking a staycation here in Reno. We were going to go to like one of the big casinos. Devin is like she's the best gambler I've ever met. It's crazy. I'll explain this in another stream. But I think we're probably gonna we can't find anywhere to go. Like all these places are booked up. So we might do like a staycation here that may or may not involve some hoops and heels. Stay tuned.
Awesome. What are you guys doing on the Resurgence on Wednesday?
Oh, I think Plutarch. We've been kicking around ideas, but it's the idea that the newest TradCon. I'm heavily involved with the church, pastor, and there's this latest thing where it's resuscitated, where they're trying to get all the red pill guys to wife up and marry these 304s. So they're trying to infiltrate and call us black pill.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to say, is the red pill black pill? And of course, the answer is no. The red pill's the
truth.
truth.
Don't get me wrong. There are some guys who are there are a lot of black pillars who are cosplaying as red pillars. I think that's probably the people that they're talking about. But of course, at any time they want to disqualify an entire sect of men, they take the lowest common denominator and apply it to the bunch. So good for you guys for addressing that.
Yeah, tune in, guys, on Wednesday. Let me share with you the schedule. Okay, I'll be quick. I hope I won't mess it up. Hold on. I've been messing up my live stream today.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so yeah, join us for the deep dive conversations on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific. We do them weekly on my YouTube channel, and then the regular workouts from Mondays to Fridays and Sundays. And then I try to stay consistent with my music practice, guys. So I started running this practice also in the evening, where you can request some songs for me to work on the piano. And then join the Resurgence of Sanity, guys, on the YouTube channel on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. It's a weekly show as well. So Yeah,
Oh,
we'll have a
cool.
lot of fun. Then I have the cross-training fitness program for you on Udemy, more workouts on Patreon, and please subscribe to my Substack. I haven't been very active there lately. I've been really busy. I sometimes write the summary of our discussions on my Substack. Okay, cool.
Good.
So let me
Yeah, your Substack is actually pretty good. I follow you and Allie on Substack. You guys are very, very good, man. You guys are really good.
Hey, Donovan.
Yes,
you
sir.
You have an open invitation to join us on the Resurgence of Sanity. And
Oh,
you don't have to do a damn thing to prepare. You just have to
Okay.
show up and talk about something, and you can co-stream it. You know,
Okay.
it's
All right.
Wednesdays at what time is it?
5:45.
Well, you're 5:40. It'd be
Pacific.
6:45 your time.
Okay.
6:45
Yeah, I can do that.
Mountain. And if you want to do it, because I enjoy the energy you bring in, the insight you bring in.
Yeah,
You're
I don't have
like-minded. There's no controversy here, and we just get to explore a topic. So it's an open invitation.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. So I guess I'm officially the first DEI hire of the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? And we're gonna pay you accordingly.
Thanks for having me
because
on.
you're
I
the
really enjoyed
DEI
that.
hire. You're going to make half the amount of money that I make.
I can't believe it. Oh my god, this racist ass podcast. I'm here for it. I'm here.
But we have a problem here. It's called the divide by zero error.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm going to
not
make
sure if that
zero,
happened, but-
and you get to make half of nothing.
Wait a minute now. Wait a second. That's exactly what a woman would do. That's exactly what a woman would do. They're paying me 50% less than they're paying Steve. Well, how much does he make? Nothing. Okay, so 50% of 0 0. Yeah, but that's not the point.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
go to the lawn, guys, and put up my Halloween decorations. Thanks for having me on, guys. I enjoyed
Well,
it.
thank you for joining us today.
Thanks,
Take care,
Donovan.
everyone. Yeah, go follow Donovan Sharp, and we'll see you all next time, guys. Take care. Okay.
Later.
Bye. Mhm.
Ellen is bar, Ellen is bar, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.